Go out with a bang. What is that on front? Make that shit live, boy.
Alright, well. What I fucking do this shit? Let's go. Guess it's the bug's last attempt. Be like, no, Marty, don't do it. Go ahead and ace myself real quick.
No, you don't know. I really need to see first. That's pretty good. They said they could have matches as early as 10 a.m. Thursday. Not Thursday. Friday. Yeah, Friday.
Oh, like, for real?
Not Thursday, Friday. 10 a.m. Friday.
You gotta get there Wednesday night.
That's
Awful.
If that's the case, that ain't going to definitely not do that.
Throw up everywhere. I'm dying. No.
Subtle, what's going on with you, homie? What is happening with you, my G? Oh, some tacos? Okay, that's what's up. Goddamn taco. Where you get them tacos from, homie?
That sounds good.
Taco Tuesday. No, we got one of them. They had them $2 tacos. A1 flavor. Oh shit. I'm about to get this thing up underway. Y'all know how we do.
Hey man, and speaking of which, we need them as a sponsor
What was that?
for the show. Whoever does Taco Tuesday,
Oh yeah, that'll definitely be A1.
just have them ship some of that stuff here. Like, look. That's what I want. I want to be big enough where we get these sponsors where we just get shit.
Shoot, you and me both. Shit. We need to get them titties out here, bro. That's what I'm talking about. Get some goddamn titties out here.
Like, I'm working on a couple guests.
That's what I'm talking about.
Like I said, I'm trying to get them to come out.
I need some guests that's got no goddamn, no cares. You know what I'm saying? They're just gonna come out here and do whatever the fuck they need to do without getting us banned. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, of course. I mean,
We'll be stuck on that other channel. They got the other gaming site.
oh yeah.
Shout out to boy Fuzo, his homegirl.
Fuzo.
Boy Fuzo said his homegirl be out there, goddamn, showing the titties and everything.
Working on it.
Where's she at?
You don't know about that? She had a
I
goddamn.
don't know about it, yo.
Come on, you missed out on a Let's Talk Tuesday. I think that's
That
when you
was
was in.
Who's got the Tigo baby son?
He got it's his homegirl.
Yeah.
She on the other streaming site
Yeah, there's this
where they let them
streaming site, like,
titties fly, brother.
where like she was sitting there, she was like, yeah, if we get like 175 people in here, whatever, I'll let my roommate start playing with my titties.
Whoa.
All of a sudden, like, it was crazy. People were flooding in that room like crazy. They had everything out. Like, it was nuts.
Yes, I need to see
Absolutely nuts.
other sides.
Right?
Speaking of Fuzo, where he at? That man need to get over here.
That man been working, bro. He been working. Well, he don't work. He's work,
Is he going to CEO?
but he don't got the weekends off no more, so it'd be hard for him to get over here.
Got ace.
Oh, AVG, where you going, my G? Where you flying out to? Don't tell me you already flying out to CEO. That shit is goddamn 2 weeks away. That nigga's really getting prepared. He want to beat the hell out of people.
I mean, he could just be chilling in Florida till the tournament.
I mean, it's true. There's a lot to do. I don't know about them goddamn. Dang, he said he can only access the chat.
Oh, he can't see it.
You can't see? Oh, no.
He said he on airplane Wi-Fi.
Yeah, that's why.
Well, try going to the source. Go to your settings, go to your, to the
Yeah,
video.
change the source if you can.
Go to source. Don't go to, idle.
What's going on, Panther? What's happening with you, homie, man? We got shit popping off in here, man. You know, it's,
Panther?
yeah, boy,
Boy,
we
check
Panther.
out that man dragging on and then +2 over block turn. I seen you.
Oh yeah, congratulations on that, my
I
G.
saw a salt on homeboy's face in the background. That shit was hilarious.
Always the salt part.
Hey man, that sound like a disorder right there, brother.
We'll get to that later.
Most definitely. Man, we're gonna get this thing cranked up about maybe about a minute and a half. We gotta type some shit real quick.
Right.
That boy Zach Boosa. Oh, the nigga with his own goddamn name for the way he beat a nigga's ass.
Oh yeah, that boy had people run out here crying.
Had a nigga.
Zach,
dip.
how they do him like that, Zach?
God damn, Boosa.
Had the nigga in the car crying, sped off, almost ran somebody over and shit. I was like, bro, you can at least give him a round. Oh wait, you gave him a round. You can give him a match. How about that?
Oh, he's saying he can't hear the audio either. ABG.
Like,
Yeah, he can't hear it because he's
He's airplane mode.
Yeah.
He already messed up.
That airplane Wi-Fi thing.
Sorry about
yeah, he's
that.
saying he just only got the he only in chat, like when we just pull up chat on the phone.
Hey, Fisty, what's going on, man?
Fisty, what's going on with you, homie? What's going on with you and old girl out there that you've been trying to tag, bro?
Oh.
I know
Oh.
you said you gave up on Tanakana though. Now you hitting some new country,
girl?
new country,
New-
in a new country, hitting that new country.
Just make sure you don't wind up waking up in bed with a damn head next to you, brother.
Oh, no.
Don't be in the goddamn, oh shit, niggas in jail for life.
Messing with a Yakuza kid?
Right, Yakuza
No,
kid, so
no.
Make sure she got no crazy tattoos on her back before you hit it.
That shit say Mike. I'm sorry, dog. It's bound to happen, dog. Oh, you ain't never seen this show before, my G?
Yeah, it says shout outs to Kari low-key throwing shade at you on commentary.
That boy Car. Shade man.
She's an elementary
Hey, y'all
school
both
teacher.
need to get on this board. That boy Zach did his thing on the board. Where that boy Kari at? Big Panther, you too.
I don't know why I keep spelling this shit wrong. Like a damn buffoon. Hey, you don't mind check my wallet, grab that 5 and grab some ice.
Ice?
Yeah. Oh, we got ice, don't we? Yeah, I got ice out there. Alright, that's what's up. I'm glad to have y'all try to come through this thing, man, and do what it do. Hi.
Funny, trying to pick up a can of Raid.
That's the same fly. That's the same fly. Most people migrating through the house.
This is ridiculous. Well, no, it's not a fly. It's like a bunch of gnats.
Oh, that nigga Master Splinter found some goddamn fruit. He knocked the fruit bag over. Cincinnati.
Oh, he's got a video for us. His match against Sonic Khan.
Uh-oh. That's what's up. Throw that thing
Wants to
up in
take
the
it
chat.
apart.
We might check that thing up.
Yeah, definitely.
Nigga probably was looking over on it, looking at her the whole goddamn time, trying to cop a feel and shit.
Oh no.
This is a gaming video you about to show us, right? You know what I'm saying? I know how y'all like to get down in the chat. All kind of crazy stuff might come out of here.
Bunch of freaks.
Shit. Well, alright, y'all. Let's get this thing started, man. We done had this shit rolling probably about 20 minutes and ain't cut nothing on.
I don't think it's been that long.
It's been about 10 at least.
Yeah,
It's been about 10. Alright. Shit. What it do, y'all? Your boy M.I. Sizzle. You know what I'm saying? Your boy got them. Oh, fuck.
Oh, man, forgot my name.
This chick told me. This chick that hit me on goddamn Snapchat.
Okay.
I met her out in Texas a long time ago, right? Barblade, what's going on with you?
Hey, what's going on, Barblade?
She talking about some. Could you send me a picture? So, yeah, I just sent her a picture of a real one, you know, like okay. Only I'm supposed to do. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Sent her a picture of a real one. Do I need this light on, man? This shit's goddamn bright as hell on a nigga. Goddamn, make a nigga look super high yellow. There we go. Anyway, oh, hold on, man. Now I look like Thanos clicking his fingers. Let me cut that shit back on. Anyway, shoot. So, you know, met this old chick out there and everything's all cool and shit. You know, she's alright. Come to find out she was married. After we go out to eat and shit, she gonna tell me about she married. And, you know, she crying and shit. I'm like, well, you know, I don't be fucking with no married people. You know what I'm saying? I can't fuck with that shit.
I don't hear that.
So, I don't know. I guess she popped up in like my Snapchat ad people. So I just added the person because I didn't remember who it was. So she like, send me a picture. I sent her a picture. And she like, oh my God. Oh my God. Let's read these shits. Oh, you know, Snapchat been making that shit disappear. Anyway, she was like, I was about to die. So I was like, you know, why? Why is you about to die? She's like, I'm just in shock is all. My legs got hella tight when your picture popped up.
Whoa. She was feeling
them tight legs? You know what I'm saying?
Tight legs. She was feeling that.
Tighten them things up. You remember that feeling. Can't believe these type of women out here, man.
That's it, man. As I said before, man might lead some kind of life.
Put the leg lock on deck.
Some kind of life.
Anyway, man, shit, man. There's so much going on out in these streets, man. Y'all know how we do. Oh, man, we ain't even got the tripping. We ain't got the fucking theme music popping. There we go.
The theme music.
Got the theme music back on now, you know what I'm saying? Alright, so let me goddamn get this shit popped out of here on Twitter, man. You know, you niggas goddamn falling behind and shit. Slipping on my job, man. I'm sorry about my streaming as of late, y'all, man. Your boy just been... I really just been fucking up in the streets. You know, that's all I can really say. Yeah, niggas been trying to do a little bit better. But a nigga just really been fucking up. Y'all know how a nigga does out here, man. What y'all been really getting into? You know what I'm saying? Marty, what you been getting into over the past week?
Oh man, you know what I've been getting into. Finding another job. Finally found one though.
That's what's up.
Yeah, then so I talked with them yesterday. And so I'm supposed to start next month or whatever. So besides that, I'm gonna try to make it to CEO.
Barblade, I told him you was coming out to see him, dog.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I wasn't gonna go because I mean I don't know if I'm gonna have the money to do it, but like when I heard that, I was talking to Mikey. He told me that I was like, man, let me try to find a way out there to go meet this man, Barblade, the CEO, man. So I'm gonna try to get out there. I don't know if I'm gonna make it, but because I got to go to a family reunion like the following weekend.
Okay. You just gonna be in the streets, my G.
Yeah, I'm gonna be out there, but
Marty in the streets, living life.
But I mean, that's about all I've been doing. Just trying to find another job, and I finally found that. So
Congratulations to our nigga Marty, you know what I'm saying? Been up on the up and up scavenging for jobs, you know what I'm saying? Finally found one that was worth getting, you know what I mean? Always an A1 contender for the goddamn top spot. Oh man, I be hating that I be having to do this shit. But you gotta do what you gotta do, man. We gotta get these goddamn views up, you know what I'm saying? We gotta get this shit to partner. I don't even know what I'm gonna do with being a partner, you know what I'm saying? Become partner, and then we're just gonna have more emojis. More giveaways. I guess I can start doing the giveaways now, really.
Yeah, you do.
I need to give out that damn Roof Chris card.
What?
The person who'll win it probably be like in the middle of goddamn Montana or some shit. They ain't even got no fucking Roof Chris. You know, who knows? Holla at your boy though, man. Appreciate y'all that came out last night, kicked it with your boy at the bar. That man Marty sweating up a storm over there. He hit that liquor, boy. That shit pouring out his forehead.
It is.
Shit, I don't blame him. That's that Douce. What it tastes like, Marty? I ain't even hit nothing before. What it tastes like? Is it alright? Is it smooth?
Yeah. Yeah, it's smooth going now. Burns a little bit in the chest, but.
Oh, that's just good shit. They'll let you know that it's actually liquor and not goddamn flat ass Coca-Cola. You know what I'm saying? I done definitely seen that shit happen before. Nigga put some Coca-Cola in an expensive ass bottle.
Oh no.
Get some Louis XIII and then switch that shit out because nobody knows what Louis XIII tastes like because that shit $1,500 a bottle. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, well, why not put Coca-Cola in that motherfucker and then a little bit of damn Jack Daniels? You know, put a little bit of goddamn, what's the other shit? Maker's Mark.
Maker's Mark. Oh yeah, Maker's Mark.
You know what I'm saying? Put some of that in there. Niggas will never know the difference. At least that's the plan. Shoot. Speaking of plans, man, y'all was out with me last night. Y'all know I had that good ass pizza. Great pizza. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man. I wish I had known about it. I'd have gone out there.
Yeah, pizza bar. It was kind of sporadic, nigga. I got named drove off.
Yeah.
Now, this is where I ended up was Pizza Bar over on Camp Creek.
Okay.
I drove down to downtown Atlanta to find something to eat. How I ended back on Camp Creek, nigga, no idea. For y'all who don't know the Atlanta area, that junk is like going 17 miles out the way.
Yeah.
To come back towards by what's only like 2 miles away from your house in the opposite direction. Very ridiculous. I mean, I don't even know what the fuck I was on. I just wanted to kick it and get the hell up out the house. That's really what that came down to. But there's really no excuse for that kind of type of behavior, except for that pizza was good as fuck.
Oh yeah. How late are they open?
They stay open to at least like 12, I think. 12 or 1. I be chopping it up there. It be getting pretty busy in that mug.
Sounds pretty good. I think I'm just starting to get hungry.
That's what it is?
Yeah.
That nigga Marty starting to goddamn feel the rumbles. Hey, should've went to goddamn American Deli, bro.
Man. I got sick last time I went to American Deli. I don't want to go back there.
Well, how did you get sick? I don't know how you got. I don't think it was because of that, brother.
I mean, maybe not. But I mean, I had the wings
and
I got
was
sick.
asking for you, dog.
And then there's that crazy woman there.
She loves you,
asking
bro.
about.
Because she's like football player Marty, dog. Is
you
a football player?
No, man.
Is he a football player?
She's nuts.
Marty, she see a real one right in front of her eyes.
She saw a real one and started asking about me.
Exactly, Marty. That's all they really
I'm not
is
trying
to
to.
it, bro.
She's crazy, dog. I'm not even trying to.
Listen, man.
Plus, I still think she was trying to holler at you more than she was me.
They all got dang crazy, brother. You know what I'm saying? She was crazy about you. How about that shit? You know what I'm saying? There's no prescription but that diction. You know what I'm saying?
As I said, she was trying to holler at you more than she was me.
Nah, she was actually hollering at me, like yelling.
Yeah, she was yelling.
She was yelling at me.
She really was yelling.
At you, bro. She fucking up my order and shit. Don't want to give a nigga a fork. Don't want to make my drink. Ain't even want to give a nigga a goddamn cup. Tripping like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, it is what it is, man. Nonetheless, man, I'm about to get this information sent out. And we're going to get into what is at hand, which is none other than Let's Talk Tuesday. Supposed to be having a special guest come through tonight, so, you know, y'all be in store for that. But yeah, let's get to talking about this first topic, which is the food tier list, okay?
Oh yeah.
Now, when we say the food tier list, we're not talking about what food is better than the other food, because you know all of that is subjective. But what we about to talk about is facts, okay? Facts. Facts. You know what I'm saying? Top of the tier list. Well, not top of the tier list. First category for tier list discussion: fried chicken. Okay. Now let's talk about the fried chicken, man. There's various types. Okay. You got food. You got fast food fried chicken. Then you got restaurant, sit down restaurant fried chicken. The two main categories. Now, I'm a fan of the Popeyes, KFC, you know, 13 and fucking whatever other amount of whatever amount of herbs and spices they got popping off.
Yeah.
That's what I'm down with, you know what I'm saying? Churches, get the fuck up out of here. If I ain't broke, you know what I'm saying? Because churches, let me just tell you about churches, man. Churches,
I'm like 90% sure they fry that stuff in motor oil. Like,
listen, churches is A1. Churches is A1 if you got nothing but $2.50 in your pocket. Okay, you got $2.50 in your pocket, nigga. You can take home a whole family meal, especially on Tuesdays. On Tuesdays, they got 2-piece for 99 cents.
Yeah, there's a
with
reason.
The biscuit.
There's a reason they sell that for 99 cents. As I said, they fry that in Castrol synthetic oil.
Hey,
nasty.
Man, you can take that shit, drain the bucket, right into
drain
your car.
Drain the bucket and fill up your car.
Right into your car, brother. You know
right
what I'm saying? Should be A1. Your car be running like goddamn Usain Bolt. You know what I'm saying? No, be like a Kenyan in a marathon, boy. You want no part of that shit.
Oh my god.
Hollow.
Awful.
You just gotta hollow it out, bro. But when it comes down to it, Popeyes might have.
Now that's the one thing that churches has. That's the one thing that churches have, man. Those honey biscuits.
The honey butter biscuits.
Man, those things
cannot
are so
be touched.
good. Like,
they can't be touched. They are the reason that churches are still in business.
Still in business, hands down. Yeah, I 100% agree with that. Like that's the reason they're in business.
I mean, who can touch the last biscuits I had that were as good as honey butter biscuits were old school Red Lobster biscuits.
Oh yeah, the old school Cheddar Bay biscuits.
Them motherfuckers.
Oh man, those were so good back in the day.
Nigga, I used to go there and not order shit. Order a glass of water. Sit out there
Bay biscuits
with the menu in hand, waiting on them biscuits to come. This is before they got hip to that shit. Now they don't bring the shit until you order something.
Yeah.
But back in the day, used to go in that motherfucker. This when I was poor. So my mama, she ain't have nothing. She would always get a meal for free. You know what I'm saying? She said shit cold, not one of the shrimps on the ground or some shit. Say it's got dirt on it. You know, whatever we had to do. We was poor back in the day, but she wanted to eat. So
of course,
you know, nigga get a glass of water with lemon. You know what I'm saying? So he can make ghetto lemonade right there at the table.
Yeah.
And then I grab me some of them biscuits. I'll be tearing them motherfuckers up.
Oh, they're so good, man. Like, I actually went to Red Lobster recently with my mom.
Yeah.
And they've definitely fallen off some.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
They've definitely fallen off some. But back in the day, when they used to make the full size ones.
Oh yeah, the real deals?
The real deal? Oh man, those things are so good. Oh, I'm telling you, those things are so good.
I mean,
Cheddar Bay biscuits all day long.
I don't even know that you could actually top them Cheddar Bay biscuits back in the day. Them shits was knocking everybody out.
So good.
They was knocking everybody out, nigga. That was the reason you took your girl to Red Lobster back in the day. They eat them biscuits.
Yo, it's like you literally have people going there just because of those biscuits. People that would never touch any food at Red Lobster.
Yeah.
Period. They were going there for the biscuits.
For the biscuits.
For the biscuits, y'all. Like it was.
Let me tell you something, man. That shit has only been. That was only a pleasure back in the day, man. If y'all ain't lived back then when them cheddar baked biscuits was hitting. I'm sorry for you, man.
Y'all have not lived.
You ain't lived, really.
You ain't lived, really.
You might have had Instagram and cell phones, but you ain't had cheddar baked biscuits, nigga. I'm just trying to tell you, bro. That shit was. You missed out on a lot of life.
You know yeah. But like, back on the subject.
Most definitely.
Or whatever. I'd say for fried chicken, like like I said when we were talking before, I'm a Mrs. Winters guy for fast food.
Okay.
Chicken, like Mrs. Winters had that bomb chicken for me. Like,
But only niggas in Atlanta know what Miss Winters is.
yeah, that's
Hey,
true.
you know on Cleveland Avenue they got Mr. Walters.
What?
Mr. Walters.
Mr. Walters.
It's the same sign and everything. So that should say Mr. Walters.
I never heard of that. before.
And then it say something like
Mr.
soul, not
Walters?
soul food. That shit is like behind the old Kmart or some shit.
Oh my god.
Mr. Walters, not playing games.
Mr. Walters. But yeah, like I'm a Mrs. Winters guy, followed by probably Popeyes. Then I guess third would be Bojangles.
Bojangles.
Yeah.
Bojangles and Popeyes is the same fucking place.
Pretty much.
They stole their recipe.
Pretty much. But the one thing I like, actually, I'm gonna put Bojangles above Popeyes, and the reason why is because
Trying to get
they
shot out of
serve like my favorite thing.
What's
That's
that?
like the Cajun filet biscuit.
Oh, so he bringing biscuits back in the transaction.
But they're so good. Like, okay,
You can't be bringing biscuits in the
Okay.
transaction
Okay,
with
look.
chicken, player.
But that's the thing though, it's fried chicken because it's the fried filet. It's just on the biscuit, and then like you can add cheese and an egg on top of it.
Oh, this nigga
man.
talking about
that's the best sandwich ever, though.
chicken breast. Nigga, we
That's
talking
the
about
best
shit with
sandwich
bones. We talking about shit with bones. You
Dog.
can't bring flat chicken breast into it, dog.
Why not? Because it's so
then you
good.
gotta
and
bring
it's
in
fried
Chick-fil-A.
chicken. It's fried chicken though.
Then you gotta bring in Chick-fil-A. And we know Chick-fil-A ain't no fucking chicken spot.
Okay, look, Chick-fil-A sandwich is hitting on nothing compared to a Bojangles Cajun filet biscuit.
Whoa,
hands
whoa,
down.
you're speaking words that a lot of people might slap the hell out you for.
There's a lot of people that might try to slap the hell out of me.
They might slap
But
your
they're
head to
definitely getting
nigga
that
naps.
shit blocked and countered on that point.
They'll turn them shit to the nigga naps. You
biscuits
keep
too
talking
good.
about they goddamn people will
It's too
die
good,
over
man.
Chick-fil-A, brother.
Man, come on.
People will die over some
They
Chick-fil-A.
will. They will die over that, and they will die wrong. They will die wrong because Bojangles chicken, their Cajun filet biscuit, too good. I'm telling you, if you've ever had one,
I ain't had one. I ain't gonna lie to you.
man,
I can't
you
make
got
the
to go
argument.
try one. I'm
I
telling
can't
you.
make the argument against them. I've had their regular chicken and that shit was good.
Yeah,
Their fries salty as fuck.
Yeah.
Okay, will kill you immediately.
Yeah.
You eat the whole thing. You can
They
only
will
eat like
kill you.
4 of the fries. They give you a big ass thing of fries. You'll die if you eat all them shits.
Yeah.
Immediately, right on the spot.
oh yeah. It's basically like a canister of salt, and they have like 2 or 3 fries in it,
Yeah.
and then you just eat those.
They got dang, it's like he took Lari seasoned salt and just stuck a damn fry in that motherfucker and just handed me the whole goddamn bucket.
Yeah.
I mean the whole damn.
So I'm telling you,
Container.
Cajun filet biscuit, y'all. If you have not had one from a Bojangles, you need to go and try it before you try to come at me about the Chick-fil-A stuff. I'm telling you, go and try it. Too good. Too good.
Okay, so I'm gonna just say this, man.
Do we have Grandy's? No, I don't think there's Grandy's.
Nah, we got
Yeah.
Martin's. Martin's is also a pretty fine place, but it's not a chicken spot.
Yeah, it's not a chicken spot. They have good ass biscuits. Like I've
Yeah,
been
they
there
do.
a few times. They have some good food.
Get
They
that
have some
chicken
good
jump.
food. They're only open for breakfast and lunch though, because they're closed at dinner time. So it's only a breakfast and lunch place, but it's good. It is very good. I definitely agree with that. But yeah. So I have to put that above Popeyes simply because of the Cajun filet. The Cajun filet is too good.
I mean, I want to argue you, but I ain't got the merit. to
Exactly,
argue,
because you
bro.
haven't tried it, man.
I ain't had
You
it.
gotta go try Cajun filet at Bojangles. You got to.
All right, so that is going to be going down next. We will be taking a vacation over to goddamn Bojangles in the
To a
breakfast morning.
Bojangles?
Yeah, early in the morning.
That's what I'm talking about.
All right, so
As a matter of fact, you don't even have to go in the morning because they serve them all day.
okay.
They serve them all day at Bojangles. All day. As a matter of fact, on my way to work, I've definitely stopped at Bojangles once or twice and picked up a Cajun filet biscuit.
Okay.
And it's been good. It's been great. Excellent.
Shit. I don't know. I'm gonna have to see what that's about.
Yeah, man, you got to.
So then let's talk about restaurant chicken. Now here's the thing about restaurant fried chicken. I personally never go to a restaurant and get fried chicken
I generally don't either.
because that shit is only a failed attempt to make my mama's fried chicken. You'll never be able to do it. See, at the fast food joint, I know what's up. You know, this is the fastest chicken they could give a nigga. You know what I'm saying? This is the process by which they built their company. So I know what to take it for. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna be looking for that shit to be mama's goddamn fingertips. You know what I'm saying? Seasoned with that homemade goddamn flavor that hits you right there in that part of your goddamn neck, make you goddamn, you know what I'm saying? All the saliva, all that shit just forming in your mouth when you smell it coming to the table. Man, I went to this place, man. Great place. You know what I'm saying? Great place called Mary Mac's. They say they got some great chicken. I took a bite. It was good. You know what I'm saying? It was good in the way, like, you ever ate something like what's something I could think that would really be okay? Like you're hot as hell, right? Imagine you're hot as hell, and sun beating down on you. You outside working, and somebody brings you a cup of water.
Okay.
That shit is delicious. You know what I'm saying? That shit is amazing. It's like the best thing you ever had at the moment.
I mean, that's why they say.
Until they bring you a cup.
Hunger is the best spice.
Until they bring you a cup of nigga Kool-Aid. And you realize that water had no flavor.
With the whole bag of sugar?
Whole bag. Syrup.
The syrup.
Original syrup. You know what I'm saying? The original syrup. And when a nigga brings you that Kool-Aid, you be like, wait a minute. Water? Nigga, you'll slap that water all the way out the next nigga's hand. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Because it does not compare. That's how restaurant chicken is. If you go get some fried chicken from a restaurant, you might as well be prepared to be salty as fuck, because that shit will never taste like your mama's fried chicken, especially if she's from the South.
Yeah.
Got to be the one and only, man. You know what I'm saying? Gladys Knight's fried chicken is alright. That shit might be like lemon water. You know what I'm saying? It might be like lemon water.
Yeah. Like granted, I've only been to Gladys's one time, and the one time I went, they actually overcooked my chicken, like it was hard fried.
Fucked up.
And and it really wasn't that good. But I mean, I'm not gonna take that away from the restaurant thing. Like I said, I only went one time, so I mean, it could have just been they accidentally left it in too long.
You ever ate your mama's fried chicken?
Oh, excellent.
It wasn't as good as that.
It wasn't nearly as good. It wasn't as good as my mama's. It wasn't as good as my grandmama's.
No, you know what I'm saying?
No.
That shit is not even as good as when you go over your homeboy's house. You know what I'm saying? Just there's something about that home cooked fried chicken, dog. Like the pot's still dirty. That shit using the same grease for the last 10 years. They put it in a jar after they get finished. So it's been locking in all the flavors over the years. Generations of flavor are going into your goddamn chicken. That's why nobody can ever make chicken as good as that shit.
And it's so good. Like it's
amazing.
So good.
Them little kernels at the bottom of the damn pan, them shits be floating around in the grease. You ever got a piece of chicken that shit look like it's burnt, but it's just the grease was black as fuck?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? But the chicken be A1.
It's A1. It's A1. You bite into it, it's so juicy and flavorful. And you're just like, man,
how could I not live?
In this.
You know, like, how could I have lived and not have had this in my mouth? You know what I'm saying?
Definitely. But if I had to choose a restaurant, I'd probably put Gladys's at like, just from my experience, probably at like 3 or whatever. If I had to name like a top, however many, 3 or 5 or whatever, it was alright. But like I said, they overcooked mine, so when I had it, it wasn't really that good. But number 2, I have to go with Marietta Diner, actually.
Marietta Diner? Okay.
Yeah, now like, Marietta Diner has pretty good food in general. Like, they have good food in general. Their fried chicken is pretty good. And it's not super expensive. Like, it's reasonably priced. And everything for what you get. So, I'll have to put them at 2. And, let me see. What would I put at number 1, though? Man, that would be kind of hard for me to...
Listen, man, none of them can fuck with my mama, so you know.
I mean, that's true. Like,
you know what I'm saying? Fuck y'all fried chicken. You
I
heard
wouldn't
me.
go that far,
Fuck your
though,
fried
like-
chicken, niggas. You know what I'm saying? Let a nigga find out you trying to make fried chicken and you just stole
Oh.
my mama grease. Nigga, get up out of here.
Yo, Barboy, this cooked in cast iron that Willie made. That might be good, dog. He's saying there's a spot in New Orleans, Willie Mae's Scotch House. They cook it in cast iron. That might be pretty good, actually. Because, like, there's one thing, if you guys aren't, you know, if you guys aren't real cooks, whatever, cast iron, pretty much the best way to lock in any kind of flavor.
That's
because
where
the
all
grease,
the granules are.
Exactly.
That's where
and
all
it gets
the granules
absorbed into, like, the lining of the cast iron skillet. Man, like, that's the reason why if you get, like, a Japanese tea set, I'm actually really into hot teas and stuff, and it's like, you get a Japanese tea set, you brew one specific type of tea per set because the tea builds like a mineral wall and it absorbs the flavor, so that every pot that you brew is going to be an increased amount of flavor because it's just getting absorbed in it. It's how the cast iron works, so that might be pretty good. Like, I'm kind of excited about trying that at some point. Like, that might be good.
We're gonna see about it. What's going on with you, sis Mo?
That might be good.
Ain't no games right now, homie. You know what I'm saying? We over here just doing the goddamn podcast today. But you can catch your hands after the show, you know what I'm saying? I'll meet you in the back alley, tear your ass up, take all your money, you know what I mean? We'll be cool. You know, yeah, we're cool though, you know what I'm saying? You said why KFC out there tastes better. Nigga, they got access to all your favorite. Garfield, fucking Felix. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, no.
You know what I'm saying? Listen, let me tell y'all
they're
something,
not
man.
cooking.
They ain't he in oh no, he in Japan, my bad.
My
My bad. That was racist. You know what I'm saying?
That was racist. Though.
My bad. Y'all know I'm racist. Anyway,
Well,
listen,
let's
man.
see.
I mean, Chinese folks, you making that
Golden Corral's chicken actually is not bad, and the best thing that they have at Golden Corral is the Bourbon Street chicken. It's actually
now that is A1.
It's A1.
That ain't fried chicken, but it's A1.
Yeah, but it's A1.
That's A1. You get that little rice they got next to it too. Actually, that shit is
Bourbon Street chicken with the dirty rice.
The fact that you know about that shit, you're that much higher on my list, man. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you, man.
You know what I'm saying? You're that much higher on my list. If y'all don't know about that bourbon chicken, boy, that shit is goddamn a go-to. It is a go-to. And niggas just be skipping over it. Like,
I know. It's like, I don't go to Golden Corral very often, but like when I do go, people just skip over the bourbon chicken and the dirty rice. And I'm like, y'all are fucking up out
y'all
here.
are fucking up. I mean, it's always
y'all
enough
are
for
messed up in
me.
these streets. Like, hands down.
It's always enough for me to eat. But come on, folks.
Yeah.
How can your meal be complete when you ain't ate no Bourbon Street? You know what I'm saying? It's unbelievable how people run out in these streets like they just know what's up and they ain't got no idea.
Mm-hmm. Definitely, man. Definitely.
Man, let me tell you something. Let's talk about that pizza though. Pizza now. Here's my thing. We had this discussion. Deep dish pizza, like Chicago style.
Oh man, I love that stuff.
Versus New York style flat pizza, right?
Okay.
The thin crust.
Like, I am 100% a Chicago style man.
I'm about to make a lot of people upset.
Okay.
Ain't none of that shit better than like Pizza Hut, Domino's, and goddamn.
Whoa.
You heard it here?
Man.
Listen, let me tell you something. That shit is good enough for you to eat once in a while. I can eat Pizza Hut shit a day.
Pizza Hut.
They got a formula.
For me, it's too greasy. The only thing I like about Pizza Hut is the fact that they're the only chain that does like the stuffed crust.
Okay, boom. You know, Domino's is making it come up. Niggas don't know. Domino's is sneaking up.
Way better because like
they've been sneaking up.
Because like in the early 2000s, or there's actually a reason for that. They got a new CEO, and the new CEO made the changes. Like because the old CEO was skimping on the cost of like dough and stuff like that. So when you ate Domino's, it literally tasted like cardboard. It was awful. And so they fired him. They got a new CEO. He increased the budget for the ingredients that go into the dough, and now it's fire. It's fire.
Yeah, that shit is goddamn.
Domino's is fire now.
Domino's is actually A1. I mean, you know, a lot of people might have problems with me saying that kind of shit, but God, Domino's is goddamn.
Domino's is fire now.
Domino's is definitely fire. Okay, that shit is up there. That might be my favorite. I don't even know. Pizza Hut I can fuck with because they're paying
Little
pizza.
Caesars is doing stuffed crust, Panther. Are you serious?
$5 stuffed crust.
Oh my god!
And now you can't beat them Little Caesar prices. This is what I'm saying. You go to like gourmet restaurant and the pizza is great, but it ain't something I could just eat a whole bunch of. I can only salivate over it while I'm there enjoying it.
There's a good pizza place I went to in Marietta. Aurelio's is the name of it, and it's really good pizza, like super good. And so last time I was there, I ordered. They had a pizza where basically like the cheese and the sauce are inverted, so like the amount of like cheese is equivalent to the amount of sauce on like a normal pizza. So it had like a whole bunch of cheese on it and then like sauce on top.
Okay.
That shit was so good. I ordered a whole thing. I ate 2 slices while I was there, and I just ate off the rest of it for like days, and it was fantastic. Amazing pizza.
Yeah, I've had pizza in New York. It was good. But
Yeah,
this is
pizza
what
in
I'm
New
trying to
York is good.
explain to you, man. Listen, this shit is.
Chicago for me is what it's like.
It ain't that none of that shit is nasty. You know what I'm saying? The fact of the matter is, it's just too fucking good. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I'm thinking about the quality that comes with the pizza, the quality is not the same, okay? Pizza Hut and Domino's and food chains like that, the quality ain't the same as going and getting one slice of super fire pizza.
It's not.
It's
Like,
not. But
It's not. Domino's is getting close though.
Domino's is fucking.
Domino's is fire.
They're fucking
now.
the
Like,
streets
they're
up.
so good now.
Domino's is fucking the streets up. You know what I'm
It's so
saying?
good now.
Oh, that boy said he about to get some Marco's. Marco's is alright. Marco's
Marco's
is
is
alright.
alright. I think it's better than pizza. Pizza is probably like my least favorite. It's between them and Papa John's. Like I don't like either one of those types.
I'm almost putting Pizza Hut over Papa John's. The only thing I like about Papa John's
I don't like Papa John's.
is the garlic sauce. If they can't give me the garlic sauce, then I ain't really fucking with Papa John's like that.
Yeah.
But Pizza Hut, my thing with Pizza Hut is just I can eat a lot of it. So it's not even that the quality is better, but I can just see myself eating more of that than them gourmet pizzas. I don't know if there's too many fucking ingredients on it. You know, it's too hard to eat that shit. Shit be falling all over the place. But Domino's probably hands down the best of the pizza
I agree,
chain.
Barboy. Like most mom and pop stores or like most like non-fast food pizza places destroy Domino's. Like I'm not saying that Domino's is like, you know,
It's not
fire to the point where
superior.
they're beating those places. But I'm just talking about out of the fast food chains. Whatever, I think Domino's is the best one.
Domino's is definitely not superior, but when you need some pizza real quick, I ain't finna spend $25 for your gourmet pizza when I can get Domino's for 10. You
For
know?
me, man, like I like, I actually like Little Caesars a lot now. Like I had Little Caesars recently,
'Cause
and
it's
they've gotten
$5.
better. So like not only are the prices better, but they've gotten better like with their pizzas,
Oh, most
and they're
definitely.
actually pretty good.
Yeah, most definitely. But you know, when money is less, everything tastes best. Okay?
Oh, of course,
You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? That's why niggas be running out in the streets and getting ramen noodles. That bullshit. I don't even know why y'all eating ramen noodles. If y'all eating ramen anything, you need to stop it, okay? I got some cardboard over here. I'll sell you that shit for 5 cents. Throw that shit in some salty water, same difference. You know what I'm saying? You're out there tearing your guts up, eating these weak ass ramen noodles. As you can tell, I feel very bad about ramen noodles. I used to eat them shits back when I was poor as fuck.
Yeah.
And that's all. They remind me of poverty. I'll go eat grass before I'm eating
Now
ramen
see,
noodles.
if you go get actual ramen from like a Japanese restaurant, something super good, super good.
Okay, I can believe that. I
Super
can believe
good.
that.
But like, you know, cooking like the instant ramen blocks or whatever that you buy in the store for like 20 cents.
Them goddamn
Whatever.
bricks.
Oh yeah, that'll tear your stomach up.
Brick squad! You know what I'm
Oh,
saying? Them
boy.
niggas there. Them niggas gonna take your ass all the way out with them goddamn ramen noodles.
Oh man.
Had the nerve. Noodle cup. What was the name of them folks? Goddamn ramen cup.
Nissan, I think, is the name of the company that makes the
Had
noodle
the
cup.
nerve to goddamn be sponsoring Tekken. Them weak ass noodles. 25-cent noodles. Niggas is upcharging on the noodles too. Them shits used to be 4 cents a pack when I was growing up. Okay,
Yeah.
you get a whole, you get a whole pallet of goddamn noodles for $1.10. Whole pallet. Now, motherfuckers trying to charge you $1 for a pack. You know what I'm saying? Get out of here with them cheap ass, cardboard ass noodles. Nobody trying to eat them shits. I'll tell you that right now. You see me eating ramen noodles, I ain't got no job. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no house. And somebody handed me them shits outside their car window. That's what happened. That's what kind of situation I'm in. Not fucking with the ramen noodles.
The Korean ramen is a bit better. Like the ones you get out of the pack. The Korean ones are actually a little bit better. And pho is amazing. Pho is amazing just to get. Like, oh man, pho is such a good dish. Oh man, that definitely goes to like probably the top tier of my like. If I'm gonna eat a noodle dish, I'm probably gonna get pho because it's absolutely amazing. With the amount of herbs and stuff, the seasonings they put in pho, whatever. I usually get mine with like a little extra lime, some extra cilantro, mix it in there. The soup, oh man, so good.
If a nigga got to do all that,
so
nigga got to do all that. I can't fuck with
Have
it.
you ever had pho, Mike?
I have. I'm not a fan.
You're not a fan, really?
Listen, I had a bad experience. Okay.
Okay.
My experience was fucked up. Okay. Fogged up. Okay. Listen. I don't know who's put all that fucking mint in my damn shit. I felt like
You didn't like the mint?
nigga, this shit was overpowering. This shit
Okay.
tastes like I was eating a goddamn stick of spearmint gum in liquid form.
How much did you put in?
I don't know. They gave it to me like that.
Oh, because like most restaurants serve you all the herbs on a separate dish, and then you put in what you want.
Oh, that's what happened. But old girl put the shit in there. I didn't know she.
Oh, okay.
She fucked me up.
Okay.
She might be trying to get me the fuck up out of there.
She might have done. Okay, well, I mean, when you mix it to your taste, pho is amazing. Like I put a little bit of mint in mine.
Pretty good.
Well, like I said, I put in like cilantro and the extra lime, or whatever. Oh man, that stuff's gone instantly. Swallowed up like Pac-Man, like just gone. I love pho. Pho is so good. So that's definitely high up on my tier list.
Pho is alright though. You know, I had some good pho not too long ago. It was alright. You know, I ain't gonna say that I'm gonna be looking forward to be my number one activity.
Yep, it's 24/7, Panther. That's what I love about. I love pho. It's a great place. We'll have to go get some pho sometime, Mike, so you can like.
That'll be one of the Mike and Marty adventures. You know what I'm saying?
Yo,
y'all can see me.
We
eating
should
pho.
start doing that on our show. We
can.
just go to different eat places and like stream from there.
That would definitely be fun. You know, I'm all about that shit.
Yeah, that would be fire. Hey, what do y'all think? Y'all think should we start doing that? Going different places? You know, basically is Let's Talk Tuesday food critic. We go to different places.
I would fuck with it.
Yeah, like that might actually be cool.
Uh-oh, your homie trying to come over. Get on the show.
Oh, they're trying to get on?
Your favorite.
Who are you talking to?
Your favorite guest.
Who is my favorite? Oh no!
Got him!
Shut up, Twan.
Shit.
Oh no.
Listen, man. Last food, though. Last food. I thought about this, you know. Oh, we also had pretty. I think somebody had brought up some good shit in the chat. I think it was Barblade, maybe. Them French fries.
Oh, fries, yes.
Now,
let's discuss that.
Things have changed over the years. Because it used to be hands down, unquestioned. McDonald's had the best fries.
Yeah.
Hands
They used
down.
to have the hands down the best ones. It was like they were just crispy enough. They had the right amount of salt. All that stuff, like straight fire. But now there's definitely places that are competing. I actually like Chick-fil-A's fries a lot. I actually like their fries a lot. Their sandwiches I'm kind of mad on, but they have really good fries, and I like their fries. They might not be my favorite, but they're good.
Chick-fil-A.
Mhm.
Chick-fil-A is definitely hitting.
Chick-fil-A has good fries. Another place that has good fries, Wendy's. I like Wendy's fries. When they went with like when they started making the different ones, like the natural cut with the sea salt on
I've been
them.
having some nasty Wendy fries as of late, but
Oh.
I do know they make good ones.
Yeah.
My last batch of them has been pretty trash though.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, I mean, it's fast food. That happens. So, you know, for me, one thing that annoys me about fries, and this may sound weird to most people, I actually don't like my fries being super fresh. I don't like that at all. Like when they just get done making them, I hate that.
Alright, somebody get Marty. He's drunk.
I'm drunk, man.
This nigga's drunk. He talking about he don't
I've
like.
been drinking a little bit. I'm not drunk.
Oh, that boy said Checkers. Checkers has got some good ass fries.
Yeah.
Checkers, they serve you a whole cup of fries, nigga. Now that
Oh, yeah.
you cannot beat.
Now, so far as a fast food restaurant goes, Checkers is underrated.
It is. It is.
Like a lot of people don't really know about Checkers.
I'll be right back. Hold on.
No, but it's pretty underrated. Like I like Checkers a good bit. I really do. Really do. I think their burger steak's pretty good. Their fries are really good, and I actually like the cinnamon apple pies. I think those are pretty good.
Goddamn Checkers. Man, let me tell you about Checkers, man. They do a good job. You know what I'm saying? Them shakes is A1. I remember I used to be called Rallies back in Florida. Then they changed it back over to
It
Checkers.
was Rallies like at my grandma's place, Virginia Beach. Whatever, it was Rallies also.
I think on the West Coast it's still called Rallies, if I remember.
It's still called
correctly.
Rallies? Okay.
Now, let's talk about this burger, though. Let's just get right to it. There is a place in Anaheim, California. If any of y'all are near Anaheim, California, and you're watching this show, you ever go to Anaheim, California, there is a place called, I think, Slates 50/50 or 50/50 Slates or Shades or something.
Okay.
Nigga, when I tell you this shit was the best burgers I ever had in my life. Now, if you're Muslim, you can't go to this motherfucking spot. You know what I'm saying? If you don't want no poke on your folk, don't fuck with it. These niggas made everything bacon, brother. Everything
Lord.
bacon.
Everything bacon?
Imagine, you ever been to Fuddruckers?
Oh yeah, of course.
Imagine going to like a Fuddruckers type place, but all of your meat is like the ground beef is infused with bacon. Not like parts of bacon put in the ground beef. We're talking about ground up bacon and ground up ground beef together
like all
as
mixed
one
in?
meat.
There's all just like mixed
Just
in completely?
one meat. Like when you get your
Oh,
burger,
man.
it just looked like beef.
That sounds actually really delicious.
Listen, brother, that shit, I got a pound burger. Like to dive in the chair. In the chair. I was working out and everything. You know, I was at the highest peak of goddamn physical performance. That shit like to kill me. It was delicious. Had to go back the next goddamn day. I'm surprised I'm here with us, Marty. Let me tell y'all something, man. That shit there, I ain't never had a burger better than that shit. Never. Ever. I done been all around the country. I done ate burgers from all kinds of spots. You know what I'm saying? That shit there.
Actually, for me, the best burger for me, and it's something similar. Whatever. My father goes deer hunting every year, and like whenever he gets one, he has a friend of his that runs a processing plant in Winder, Georgia, and like,
Oh, that's far as fuck.
yeah, but I mean, you know, my dad grew up in Athens, so it's not that far from like,
Okay.
you know, that's how he knows they got it. But like, he goes and he gets the meat processed in the tubes for like, you know, so we can make burgers out of it. And he gets bacon ground in and infused with the deer meat. Best burgers I've ever had, Anthony.
Listen,
I
bro.
was like, this is ridiculous. These are so good.
Listen,
Like,
bro.
man.
Dog. I hear you, Barblade. And listen, y'all might have a spot like that. I don't know if it's gonna be this spot though. That shit was amazing. I'll never forget it. You know how much stuff I forget? I forget shit all the time. I forget very important shit, like when my birthday is. You know what I'm saying? My birthday roll around,
good,
I don't
probably.
even be knowing my birthday. But I know about them fucking burgers, okay? Them shits was amazing. And then everything was infused with bacon. They had bacon barbecue sauce, bacon ketchup, bacon salt. These niggas had bacon. These niggas had bacon in every conceivable way you could think to have it. Bacon mayonnaise. I mean, it was bacon ranch dressing, bacon blue cheese, bacon
I've had the
anything.
bacon with the ranch and blue cheese dressing. That's actually pretty good.
But theirs was
I've had
real
that before.
bacon.
I mean, I know. Like, I've had that before. It was good.
These motherfuckers were amazing, Marty. Amazing. I don't sing praises often. You know what I'm saying? But I had to sing praises on that shit. The bacon was hitting.
Okay. Sounds good to me, man.
Man, listen. I mean, some good spots and had some good burgers, but boy, they ain't even nothing.
Oh yeah, I like Ted's also, Panther. Ted's is pretty good. They are a little too expensive, but
Ted's Montana?
yeah,
Ted's Montana is pretty good. But
Ted's is good.
that shit is not no fucking Slate's 50-50 or some shit.
Okay.
I'm gonna see if I can find the name of this shit, because listen, this shit was so amazing. I can only give them free promotion. Like, I found that shit and I was like, man, I went to this burger spot today. This shit was amazing. You know, I'm over there with all these people, and then there's like, man, what the fuck you talking about? It's a burger spot? Can't be that great. Them niggas went to that shit. We was out there for like 2 months. They went there at least twice a week. You couldn't go there 3-4 times a week because you'll die.
Yeah, of course.
You'll be dead in the first week. You know what I'm saying? So you had to ration it out, spread it a little bit. So, you know, niggas would go on a Monday and they'll go on Friday. You know what I'm saying? Or they'll go Sunday and go Saturday. You know, of 2 separate weeks. Or the same week, ends of the week. But let me tell you though, nothing like it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's all the way in West Coast, so I can't kill myself. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, of course.
You know, I just gotta take what I can get. But you know, it's I mean, that's just what it is, man. Make a nigga have like heart disease. You know what I'm saying? Real quick.
Yeah.
Real quick, like. Speaking of diseases, man, how about this gaming disorder niggas is talking about?
Oh yeah. So like, not sure if you guys have heard about this, but the World Health Organization is now saying that there's a gaming disorder that they're trying to get looked at to make it into a legitimate mental disorder. So, people who play games for very extensive periods of time may suffer from gaming disorder. And from what they're saying so far, the World Health Organization, they're saying that they don't think the majority of gamers are affected with this, but they judge anywhere from 2 to 3% of people who game are like fully affected by this, and they're gaming addicts. Like, they can't live without gaming. If they don't game every day, then they'll have like really negative withdrawals.
You know, I'm gonna pull it up right quick. We're gonna read through this.
Yeah.
World Health Organization, gaming disorder is defined in the draft 11th revision of the International Classification of Diseases, ICD-11, as a pattern of gaming behavior, digital gaming or video gaming, not board gaming, okay? You can't be a visceral board gamer,
You're a
okay?
board game addict.
If you're a board game addict, you got more problems than you ever thought you could ever conceivably have in your entire life. But anyway, this is characterized by impaired control over gaming, increasing priority given to gaming over other activities to the extent that gaming takes precedence over other interests and daily activities, and continuation or escalation of gaming despite the occurrence of negative consequences. So basically what they're saying, if you like the game more than other shit that you like to do in life,
Yeah.
then you're fucking up. I think that's not a problem.
Well, I mean, when you look at it from a medical standpoint, they're technically right. Like basically, what is defined as a drug is anything that affects like the homeostasis or physiology of the body, right? Like, if you feel anything different or anything like that. So you can essentially become addicted to any kind of sensation that like changes your thought process or changes your brain or changes the way that you feel. So you could in reality become addicted to playing video games.
A game addict.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like anything else. You can be addicted to porn, like you can be addicted to a lot of things.
I mean,
so
it's just well, let me continue reading this because that diagnosis in that first paragraph was trash. Okay, so we're gonna keep moving. For gaming disorder to be diagnosed, the behavior pattern must be of sufficient severity to result in a significant impairment in personal, family, social, educational, occupational, or other important areas of functioning and would normally have been evident for at least 12 months. So, you've been playing Tekken online for more than 12 months. You can't put that shit down. And that shit make you salty as fuck, but you keep playing that shit. You might have a problem.
Yeah, now Panther brings up a good point, and the World Health Organization actually links this along with the American Psychiatric Organization as well. But they, generally people who suffer from gaming disorder have some kind of other rooted problem, such as, depression or anxiety or something like that. They have some other kind of rooted problem, and then this adds on to it. Generally, they find that people that don't have these other problems, don't generally express symptoms of gaming disorder or anything like that. So it's probably linked to being depressed or whatever. But
I mean, don't try to slap double disorders on me to make me take extra pills, okay? Fuck that shit. I'm just depressed, okay? This is what I do. I play the fucking video game, but I'm depressed. Treat me for depression. Don't try to treat me for goddamn playing a damn video game. I could be out there ending my life. You know what I'm saying? Let me jump off a building on Grand Theft Auto and just keep reliving that shit. Don't let me go outside and jump off a building. I only get one chance, unless I'm got my a code in. If I got my game genie on, I might land and get a second chance to do that shit all over again. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, let's continue to read because it's not very long.
I was gonna say, thankfully for me, someone that is clinically depressed suffers from that I haven't really fallen into. I'm just gonna give up everything else in life and just play these video games.
Like our boy Norman, who quit school to play Final Fantasy. Holla at your boy Norman.
Yeah, I put his business out there like that.
We already put it out. That's old news. This is old news, man. You know what I'm saying? This is nothing new. These people been watching the stream. They know what's up. Holla at your boy Norman. Get some honey buns off your lips, brother. Anyway.
Norman. Some honey. Oh my god. Shout out to Norman.
Alright, so should all people who engage in gaming be concerned about developing game disorder? Studies suggest that gaming disorder affects only a small portion of people who engage in digital or video gaming activities. However, people who partake in gaming should be alert. That's not doesn't sound like it should be right, but anyway. However, people who partake in gaming should be alert to the amount of time they spend on gaming activities, particularly when it's to the exclusion of other daily activities, like going to work.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I definitely have not gone to work playing a game. I remember when Sims came over and beat the hell out of everybody at the house. Took 2 days off.
Took 2
days off. I had to figure out how to beat that nigga ass. You know what I'm saying? He was tearing us up back in the day. You know what I'm saying? But
there's a couple times I call it, like I think when Dragon Quest 9 dropped, that were on DS, I definitely call off work that day.
I know niggas that call off work to go buy Jordans. So
yeah,
and all they can do is buy them shits and wear them.
Yeah.
And then they don't even put them shits on. They just buy them.
Oh yeah, because you want to keep them fresh or whatever because they're worth money. It's like a collector's item now. I actually have a friend of mine that I've known since I moved here in 6th grade that he actually collects Jordans. Like he collects like rare shoes, and he has a huge collection of them. They're worth a pretty decent amount.
I could imagine them goddamn Jordans. Buy them for some goddamn. Oh, well, listen, you could buy them shoes at Payless with the same amount of material for $30, and then slap a Jordan logo on the back and go sell them as some brand spanking new. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
Like, whoa, where'd you get them J's from? I ain't never seen them. Nigga, these is only rare, brother. This is the only pair existing. I'll sell them to you for $400. You know what I'm saying? I'll give you light. I'll give it for you $350. You know what I mean? But anyway, oh, is that a guess?
Oh.
See who this is calling up.
Ricosi, what's going on, Victor? It's been a while, man.
Hello.
Appreciate you checking out the stream.
Oh, okay. Just knock on that one. You knock a little harder than that.
Yeah, Ice, we actually just went over that. Some people do drop out of high school for video games. Yes, we just went over.
Hey, Twan? Twan, you out there? Hold on, man. I gotta go open this door. We got
is our guest here?
Yeah, one of them.
One of them?
Yeah,
more than one?
We're gonna have more than one today, no?
What?
It's gonna be a goddamn double guest day.
See, man, this is the kind of thing. I never get told these things, so.
Niggas never know. I didn't know my damn self.
Oh, okay. Surprise guest, guys.
Surprise guest. Well, this one is on the docket for today. Be right back, y'all.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that you were here, Victor. Didn't know that you were here last time, but appreciate it. We try to keep it lively here. We try to keep it good times here. So, yeah. What we do. Oh, the Spike Lee one going for 30? Oh, man. But, yeah, so, I mean, you can collect anything, really. I mean, I have an ornate sword collection. It's like I have a bunch of decorative swords and stuff that, well, not just swords, but various weapons and stuff I collect and all that. So, you can make collector's item out of anything.
You keep going, Marty. We got that trying to explain to her how things work. She's never been on a camera before. So she's from Africa. She's from Africa. It's cool.
Okay. All right.
We'll let the fans be the deciding factor on that.
I mean, they probably were fake. If they were only $30, like I'm sure they were. I'm sure they were kind of fake. But yeah, like so far as this whole gaming disorder thing goes, I mean, I halfway believe it because, like I said before, you can get addicted to anything. I mean, humans are creatures of habit, and we attempt to maintain homeostasis within our own bodies all the time. So I mean, we look for routine, we look for things that make us feel regular and normal, and we want to hit that routine. So you can become addicted to anything, and that's the reason why, when you get out of a routine, you're used to doing something, then you can end up feeling kind of weird when you don't do it because your body is just so used to doing that action, performing that action, that you'll feel out of sorts. So if your brain is used to feeling some kind of sensation or, some kind of thing like that, you can be addicted to anything. Like I said, you can be addicted to porn, like you can be addicted to food, like you can be addicted to a lot of things. So I definitely think that it can be real in that aspect. But I'm also kind of torn because with a lot of things that have been happening so far in recent news about people trying to blame games for, mass shootings and, people trying, not just for mass shootings, but for other things as well, such as people being lazy and stuff. There's always been a stigma on, people play video games are lazy, they just want to play video games and all that stuff. So it's like, plus there's always a way to, sell more pills and stuff like that. That's always the thing. You need to come up with different disorders and stuff so they can make a new medication, put it out there, sell pills to people, boom, more money. Ice bleed.
Saw some J's at D&K yesterday going for 30.
Yeah,
Spike Lee edition.
Spike Lee's. And they
Nobody
look
want those
fake.
goddamn Spike Lee damn Jordans. Do the right thing. Get the real thing. Okay? That's what you need to do.
I love that movie.
Yeah, that's right.
Do the Right Thing.
Hmm?
It was a great movie.
I mean, it's alright. You know what I'm saying? Spike
It's
Lee
pretty
didn't make
good.
too many bad joints. You know, except for a couple.
Well, which one?
So he made maybe like 2 bad joints that I can really remember, but I can't remember the name of any movie, so
Okay.
I can't really tell you what it is. We might come here and talk about badass Spike Lee movies and good ass Spike Lee movies. That might be next week.
Yeah, we can do that as a subject. You know, he actually. Oh, hold on. I'll save that for next week if we're gonna have it as a subject. I just thought about something. But...
Okay.
Okay.
That's what's up.
We'll save it. We'll save it.
We about to be on a little break right now. We're gonna come back, and when we come back, we're gonna talk about let's segregate. You know, so we're gonna have a little discussion about that and a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? A1 topics we're gonna have here, man. I appreciate y'all coming out, kicking it with your boys
Definitely.
here. We will be back. Just a second.
Right back, y'all.
Peace.
condition.
We about to be back in here. Things is winding back up.
Got to get a new cup to match the Ace Mine.
Got this.
Or the fruit flies or whatever. They have an Ace Mine cup. Get a little more.
What's my name?
Ooh, some chocolate drop or something. Sub-Saharan Queen. What's that? That's what you think was Sub-Saharan Queen, huh? Shoot, man.
Okay, wait a minute. I found this.
Yeah, that's a.
Is it already out? How is it?
Yeah, that's a.
Or do I need to?
Try to slide on.
Yeah, put launching that.
No.
Yeah, well, act like you know what's up with life. Alright. Huh?
I don't know. Whatever first. Come on in.
I need you to speak up just a little bit more so they can hear you. The microphone all the way over here. The chat. Who can hear you?
Wait, are you doing it?
No, not yet.
Oh,
No. We're not back on the air yet.
okay.
Spiro Jen, thanks for the host, my G. Appreciate it.
Hero Jen, what up?
Alright, y'all, we about to be right back with our guest. Huh? You said what? Yeah, with our guest. One of our guests thus far goes by the name of Chocolate Drop 97. You know what I'm saying? We also call her goddamn Nia. Tried to run over a nigga at goddamn QT. You know what I'm saying?
Live.
These are all true statements. All true, all facts.
Live.
Huh?
Live.
Welcome back, y'all. So everybody say hey to Nia. Nia, what's going on? Say hey to the can. She a little shy, y'all. You know what I'm saying? You see that big smile. She your boy 96 in the background doing homework and shit. Anyway, what's going on with you, Nia? What brings you to the house?
To visit.
I don't think we heard you.
Okay, bye for a visit.
Okay, came to visit. Okay, that's what's going on. What's going on, Bad Intent? What's happening with you, homie? Listen, we're glad to have you here. We need a woman's point of view on some of this stuff we got popping off. And we also got this new topic we about to run into. I'm about to pull it up right quick, man. This is a great topic. I saw it the other day, and it was on YouTube. Y'all know at work, sometimes I don't really be having shit to do. So I'll just be at work doing whatever it takes to do, you know, pass the time and shit. You know, and with that being the case, I ran up on this shit. Let me see if I can find out what the name of it was. I'm gonna look at it real quick. Hey, Hot Rock Candy says you have a beautiful smile. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
You know you can't make that kind of look because you're on camera. You can't be like, thanks for the compliment. You just gotta be genuine and really give a nigga a thank you. Rock Hard Candy, take your shit back. You know what I'm saying? She don't want that shit. She don't want that shit.
Thank you.
Damn, teeth is extra.
There you go. That's a little better. That's a little better.
That's what I'm talking about. Hey, Bad, since you been back on that Pokemon game, man, I saw you playing the other day. I know they had that world tournament and that shit. Alright, so let's see. Talk show. I don't know what the hell the name of that talk show was. I know it as soon as I see it.
Here.
It's some lady from London or some shit. London talk show. British maybe? Anyway, so the name, the show, it was basically going into, there's this guy. I wish I knew his name. I probably can look back on my phone and pull it back up. But basically, he wanted to build like this separatist colony, and he wanted to be like whites only. It was in like Drew, Montana or some junk.
Okay.
Dang, I really wish I knew this lady's name. You know any black like daytime TV host, like a Jerry Springer type talk show host?
That has their
Starts
own
with
talk
it.
show?
Yeah, it starts with like a G.
No, not at all.
I'm gonna have to pull it up on my phone right quick. Let me see what we got popping off right quick, man. I'm about to show y'all what this is. In the meantime, you know, Marty, you was telling us about something that you had saw earlier. Were telling me about it. You and your homeboy had watched.
Oh yeah. It's actually sparked an argument between me and my friend Adonis. We both watched a documentary called what was it called? Like White. Yeah, it was called White Right or whatever is what it was called, and it basically was this Muslim woman that ended up making a documentary out of these white supremacist groups, and so she followed them for like months because she was saying that she thought that there would be like a human connection to where, you know, she could connect with them on that level without having to worry about race or anything like that. Basically get them to kind of change their minds, like the way they thought, whatever. And it kind of sparked a debate between me and him. And he basically was of the camp that what she was doing was kind of the right path, and that if we reached out to people like that, and not just people like that, but we showed what he called a radical love for themselves and the community around them, that we can end up changing things and working things out like that. I'm of the opposite camp, where if you're dealing with people like that, there's no real reasoning with them. And this is not just from people that I have seen on television and whatnot. This is from personal experience of dealing with people who are white supremacists and racists and stuff like that. And it's really hard to reason with people like that, because a lot of what they think and what they feel are rooted in, I guess, fears that aren't really real. Like, a lot of white supremacists will be like, oh, they're trying to commit white genocide. You know, they're trying to commit genocide against the white man or whatever by bringing these people in and giving them equal rights and all that. So it's ridiculous, because nobody is trying to kill them in mass or anything like that. It's just people want to live their lives and have equal rights, and then they view that as killing them, as literal genocide. And you can't really reason with people like that.
Do not be trying to fuck all our white women, okay?
Oh yeah, that's another thing. Also, they're like,
planting your goddamn
these white
seed
women
like
are
a
going
weed in the
and
yard.
dating people all these different races and blah blah blah. And it's just like, well, maybe that's just who they want to date, like, you know. But how that ties into this is that, like, you know, this woman spent months with these people, and these people came on camera and were like, oh yeah, you know, we consider you a friend, and you know, we wouldn't want to see anything happen to you when we have our movement. But then she continued to prod them with questions, and it eventually came to the leader of the group was like, well, if I had a choice between protecting the white race, or what I thought was protecting the white race's rights, and, you know, your well-being, I would just throw you in the ship with everybody else. And I was like, oh, so you just throw your friend into the ship.
At least he was honest.
I mean, he was honest about it.
You know
sure, but like, I mean, he wasn't at first. Because at first he's like, oh, I mean, I would never want to see you get hurt, blah blah blah. But then she continued to question him, and then he eventually said that. And, you know, when you're dealing with people, and like, this is the common mistake that I think people make, and I said this to my friend. I was like, you know, people try to appeal to the humanity side of, like, races, right? But you can't do that, because they don't view you as human. Like, that's the whole point. So it's like, you're trying to appeal, like, oh, I can't believe you would just kill this black person, or like kill this Hispanic person, and blah blah whatever. But it's like, to them it's like killing a cockroach or killing a pest. Like, it's not like killing a human. They don't view you the same. So,
and that you said that is part of this clip.
Yeah.
And actually, I found the clip. We're gonna roll into.
You found it?
We're
Okay.
gonna roll into it. Due to some technical difficulties, y'all won't be able to hear us while this is going on. We'll take some pauses and, you know, talk about what's going on.
Hey, what's going on, Freeman 0032? Like, I mean, we welcome everybody in here. We're just talking about a subject that, you know,
Yeah, just got that subject
affects us. So, yeah. And not just us, affects a lot of people.
All right, let's look into this.
Taking on the issue of race in America, and the guests you'll meet today will undoubtedly shock you with their extreme beliefs. Craig Cobb recently made headlines when his plans to buy up land in the tiny town of Leith, North Dakota, were revealed. You see, Mr. Cobb only wants one race of people to live in Leith: white people. Now, as you can imagine, that has everyone in Leith up in arms, especially the one black man who lives there, Bobby Harper. But before we get to that, take a look at Mr. Cobb's grand plan for Leith and ultimately America. Leith, North Dakota, is like any other small town in Middle America. There are houses, a bar, a jail, a church, but there is one thing that sets Leith apart from other Western towns. Not everyone is welcome. At least, not if this man has anything to say about it. Meet Craig Cobb, a man on a mission to build a town that would exclusively let white people in and keep everyone else out.
Whites are the highest expression of DNA on the planet. So, our golden rule is whatever is good for whites is the highest good, and whatever is bad for whites is not good. Millions and millions of people, white people in this country, have been driven out from urban areas. And when I say driven out, I don't mean because all of a sudden they see blacks or Hispanics move next door and they can't get along. I mean their kids get thumped on the street and in the schools, or their daughter gets raped. If we make this template for this village and others, you see, they'll do it all over the world.
Cobb took us on a walk through Leith to share his white supremacist vision.
This is my house. I paid $5,200 cash for it, sight unseen. This is our jail. We keep the non-humans here. We can easily take control of this town democratically. And they're unhappy about it. Too bad. This will be the park. And, you know, you can get an in-ground swimming pool. We can make it a heated pool for the children in summer or winter. And imagine the town we're here and we'd have spotlights on them at night. You can see all the people who come just to see what we have now. You know, I was going to give President Obama and Attorney General Holder a lot here, but we didn't want the white-collar crime rate to go through the roof.
One person who disagrees with Cobb's plan is Leith's only black resident, Bobby Harper. Bobby and his wife Cheryl say they are heartbroken at the thought of being run out of town by Cobb and his followers.
Everybody has the right to live wherever they want. Okay. If Mr. Cobb had his druthers, would we be living here?
That nigga Bobby though. Look at that.
Determined to stop Cobb. North Dakotans from all over the state, particularly Leith Mayor Ryan Shook, are determined to stop Cobb too.
Somebody that wants to bring in a group of people to live here and make the economy boom is wonderful. Somebody that wants to bring in hate crimes and take over our government is not.
Despite the opposition, Cobb says he is determined to succeed.
What they're doing to me here is far worse than what the Germans did to Jews, because they're bringing the full brunt of governmental powers on one person, really, and on our tiny town.
And as for his dream to turn this sleepy western town into a town for whites only, Cobb says he's proud of his views.
If they call you a racist, say you're a racist. And the proper response is, why, thank you very much for the compliment. Are you?
Alright, y'all, so let's talk about what we came up with thus far. We got your boy, goddamn Craig. This nigga Craig living the life. Looking crazy as a motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? Looking outrageous. I think we'll cut that down. Anyway, so basically his thing is, if y'all weren't really following along, if you couldn't follow along too well, his idea is he's gonna come into town, buy up all the property. Town ain't got nobody in the motherfucker. It's like 23 people in this town.
Yeah.
So he trying to come buy up all the goddamn property, and then next thing you know, he gonna move all the black people out. Well, they ain't got nothing but Bobby. Bobby married to the white chick. let's talk about your boy Bobby. Bobby like he's going through some hard times in his life. He like he might have picked a couple bales of cotton, but he might be he alright. You know what I'm saying? They treat him well out there. You know, you're the only black guy around. You're the novelty, so niggas not gonna treat you bad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But, you know, this dude, he's wild. You know, he's got these crazy ideals. I mean, I don't know. What do y'all think about it? The idea that he wants to come in and make his own little town. What do you got to say about it over there? You think he's cool? He should be able to do that?
I don't think he should be able to do that at all.
You're not a fan?
I'm not a fan.
Why?
Hate breeds more hate.
Hate breeds more hate? I mean, I hear that. We know Marty. Look at Marty revving up the water. He about to be on fire over there. God damn, Marty. Marty's hot. He read that video. He watched that video. He's hot.
Trying to segregate themselves.
Because it's the most, like, stuff like this completely infuriates me, and there's a reason for it. Because, one, the obvious thing of, you know, them racially discriminating against non-white people. But also, the thing that frustrates me about white people that are like this is that they want their cake and they want to eat it too, and they want to bake multiple cakes and eat those as well. And it just doesn't make sense. Like, okay, so when we had segregation legal, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's when you had Black Wall Street get firebombed. Like, so you had the black community get together and they're like, okay, well, we're going to be segregated. We need to make our own financial unit so that we can thrive too. And so they started doing that. But then that upset white people because they're like, oh, we're segregating. These black people are making money for themselves. We can't have that. And then they firebomb the place. So, like, you have a lot of white people that don't want to be around non-white people. But then when non-white people go off in their own communities and do their thing, they get upset and they want to burn the places down. And it's like, pick. Choose something. Choose one. You either want to live with people or you want them segregated and just let them do their own thing.
Or you want to look like Bobby right here.
Or
look how your boy Bobby looking, man. Check him out, man. That's a look of utter disgust. Utter disgust. He's like you probably want to get up and slap the taste out of the nigga mouth. You know what I'm saying? You probably got no love for that nigga whatsoever. But, you know, like I was saying, man, you know, you have a good point. You know, there's been a lot of times where, you know, they pretty much, there's not like there is an overabundance of niggas, okay?
Yeah, I mean, we're only like 13% of the. We're only 13% of the population in the United States. Like you know, white people are like 70 to 72%. Like they're almost 3/4 of the population of America.
Now, what was interesting about this video, and I'm gonna see if I can find it, is the person
that man with Bobby Creek one.
There was a person that agreed with him, right? And it was an unlikely candidate that agreed with this person. I'm gonna pull that up right quick. You'd be very surprised. Let me pull that up real quick, like.
We're going to take over Leith and other towns too.
The people that live in Leith, we are praying over this, and the comments that I have heard, oh my goodness, yes. Oh, yeah. Mr. Cobb, yes. God loves you.
Listen, the Abrahamic triumvirate Jebuism doesn't work on me, okay?
Welcome back. Welcome back. As you've heard, a lot of people are disgusted by Mr. Cobb's master plan to turn Leith, North Dakota, into a white society. But there's one person here today who surprisingly agrees with him. This woman, Sherazad Ali. Now, Miss Ali says that separation is not only good, it's necessary. And she would love to see Mr. Cobb succeed. Take a look at this.
I'm Miss Ali, and I believe in separation of the people. Separation is divine. And I think that everyone should have a right to live with their own kind. I don't want to live next to white people, and I don't think that that means I'm a racist either. I think that every people should be able to live with their own kind and have peace among themselves. Unfortunately, almost every black female star we have on television in the movies has dyed her hair blonde, because the blonde-haired white woman has been the only vision of beauty that we have been reared on. They have to have false breasts, false fingernails. That's a very bad example for our black girls. It shows that they are not good enough, and we're setting a bad example for them. And I think our black men are confused, because every time one of them get rich and successful, it comes with a kit here in America. And that kit is a house, a car, a yacht, and a white woman. And I think that that's so unfair to us as black women. And I think that our men need to look at house, a car.
I ain't made it yet. I ain't got a white woman.
There's a male and a female, and that was created for each other. This is the real situation about the separation of races. And if we can start taking steps toward it, like they're doing in North Dakota, I think that we could do it in peace without the government having to get in it. And one last thing. We don't have to worry about North Dakota becoming the capital of white supremacy. We already have one of those. It's called Washington, D.C.
Please welcome Miss Sherazad Ali to the show.
Alright, did y'all see that goddamn hat? You know what I'm saying? That hat was amazing. Now, I know you're thinking to yourself, like, oh my man. Oh, my bad. Oh, you gotta turn it down. It's echoing us back. My bad, y'all, man. She'll know how to use the phone. It's cool. Anyway, you know, her point of view is, it's a funny position, right? Because we all know that shit's nonsense. You know, come on. If she's just as bad as he is, it's probably worse than him. But, you know, she just doesn't realize that she thinks along the lines of like, oh, we just get our people together and you stay with your people and we could just flourish this way. But I think my problem with it is the way it's going down. I don't necessarily have a problem with people trying to make their own white ethno state if they're going to do that shit in some place that don't affect people. You know, the same way like if you want to make your own black ethno state and you go out in the woods in the middle of Montana, buy up a whole bunch of property, decide that on this property only white people can be allowed, then you're just going to have to live by the laws of that state. And, you know, maybe you can work something out. You can be some kind of sovereign land. I don't know if that's possible, but if that's what you want to do, that's different. If you want to be like an Amish person, you know what I'm saying? Amish people stick to the Amish people for the most part. You know, I don't have a problem if you have your ideology and that's what you want to do. If I had a Tekken house, you ain't playing no goddamn Mortal Kombat in this motherfucker, okay? I'm discriminating like fuck, you know what I mean? But I think the real problem with this is the fact that it affects those that don't want to be affected. You know, his way of going about this, you know, outside of the hatred, outside of the illogical responses that he has, or the thought process that is ill-gotten, you know, even if you just wanted to go about this a type of way that you could get it to happen and it not be a problem, you know, it's almost like he want to start somewhere that's already developed and then try to take it over and put more effort into it, I guess. Instead of, if you really want to start some shit, you really want to prove how great your idealistic nation would be, start that jump from the ground up. Knock them trees down. Cut that goddamn grass. Get that cattle out that motherfucker. Make sure you don't have no black people driving your trucks that goddamn deliver your shit. Make sure black palms don't get on your meat from Tyson's chicken farm. You know what I'm saying? Do all that shit independently. And you can have your national, what you call your nationalist white ethno state. And nobody's going to have a problem with that at all. People are going to have a problem with it because people have a problem with everything. But I would feel like you're not in the wrong. You're just doing your own thing. It's like a nigga being off the grid If you can survive off the grid, doing your own shit, making your own power, and not affecting other people, well, fuck it, do it.
Well, see, like, my main issue with it is, like I said before, like, we had this in a point in the United States, and it was unacceptable to white people. They set the rules for segregation, right? They're like, okay, yeah, we can't be together. We gotta live apart. So we accepted that as black people, and then we started to make a means for ourselves to survive in this country, and then that was not acceptable to white people. Like, white people came and they burned Black Wall Street to the ground in Oklahoma and all that. So it's like, okay, that's what gets me about people like this. It's like, you say you want this, right? But we had this, and you're the ones
who broke it up.
You broke it up because you found it unacceptable that black people found a way to live without it. So, what do you want? Like, that's the part that gets me about this. And I don't think in today's society that segregation is necessarily a good idea. Like, I don't. In today's society in 2018, we need each other as a society. Like, we do. Everybody needs each other in order to survive, in order to live the life that we deem comfortable and we deem that we want to have. And in America in 2018, like, we need each other. So I don't think that segregation is necessarily a good idea now. But what I am saying is that when we did have it, the ones that set the terms sounded unacceptable.
Snatched it up.
Yeah. And so it just boggles my mind when you have people come and they say all of these things, and then it's like, okay, well, this is what we had before, and you didn't find it acceptable then, so if we try it again, what's to say that we're not going to dump all of our resources into this again?
Exactly.
And then have that happen once again.
Might get carpet bombed this time.
Yeah, exactly. With the advances in technology, we might just get carpet bombed this time. We might just get wiped out as a society.
Might put white disease in all our Negro water. You know what I'm saying? Niggas be up out of there.
Yeah, so I mean, there's several things to think about when you're talking about that issue, and that's the main one of them, is the fact that
you don't have these problems.
We tried this before and it didn't work. So why people are continuing to want this now is beyond me. And another thing is that, you know, you have a lot of these people that want segregation. They're like, oh, well, these people need to go home and blah, blah. It's just like, well, you have your ancestors to blame for that. We wouldn't even be here if it weren't for your ancestors forcing people over here. Like, that's on y'all. So that's on white people and their ancestors. That's really all I have to say about it. I mean,
Nia, how do you feel about that? I mean, you over there tight-lipped, you know what I'm saying? We know y'all had apartheid and shit, so, you know, how are things...
From Africa.
National Geographic, okay? Alright, National Geographic. She really from Ghana, y'all. She's got a... My bad, Guyana. My bad. I get them confused. Anyway, I mean, as a black woman, you know, because we have 3 different shades of mentality in here right now, you know what I'm saying? We got the black man, we got the light skinned man, we got the dark skinned lady, you know what I'm saying? You know, we pretty much have, I know me and him, our consensus is pretty much the same. It's like, dumb is dumb, you know? I think my outlook on it is, you know, if you want to try to do your shit, go do your shit somewhere that ain't gonna bother nobody, and you wouldn't even have these fucking problems, you know? I don't particularly think it's a great idea, but fuck it, there is a way to do it, and if you want it to be done, go do the shit the way you want it to be done. Let everybody else who wants to be nigger lovers, you know what I'm saying, who wants to goddamn buy Jordans, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, but when is enough enough?
When is enough enough? I mean...
After how many people start doing that, would you have a problem with it?
Well, my problem is always going to be at the same point. At the point where it encroaches upon people who are already developed. And that's what I'm saying. If you go somewhere...
There aren't very many places that you can be and live where you're not affecting other people in your country. So
hey, That ain't my fault. I don't have a problem. I'm not trying to build an ethno state.
Exactly.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
So you're
I don't.
You're
I'm,
going to affect other people. You're going to come in contact with people wherever you go. So you're
They
never
claim they
going
don't
to
need
be
it.
isolated completely.
but you understand that. He understand that. I understand that. These people don't seem to understand that you need people of all types in this day and age. This is not 1945 where the system was already set up for you to only have to deal with your white people. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And us to only have to deal with our black people. Indians eating corn and shit, you know, Mexicans shitting out tacos. You know, that was just what it was back in the day. But now we're all over the place, you know? It's kind of like you lift up the carpet and you ain't swept in a long time. And roaches just ran everywhere. You know what I mean? They're all over your house now. You can't go nowhere without bumping into them. You know, that's just kind of how it is. So because you got this infestations of real niggas, you know what I'm saying? Now you gonna have to deal with us. You know what I'm saying? Y'all brought us here. You know, you decided that you might not have decided, but you're mad at the people who were, you know, brought over here, and the people that you like or that you think that you're modeling yourself after are the people that caused your problem.
Yeah,
So,
and like that was my main point about it. What's going on, Intelligent and Clint? Like, that was my main point about it. It's just like, white people, there's some white people that constantly complain about, I can't believe we have to live with these non-white people. And it's just like, but that's your own fault for multiple reasons. And then, like, that's what a lot of races do, is they you know, they project a lot of their issues and a lot of their concerns.
Hold up. I know you're saying something very important right now. Hot Rock, I want you to know, she said, what's up to you? She liked that Guyanese that you got in you, you know what I'm saying?
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? She was really feeling that.
I don't meet too many Guyanese, so.
I'll pass you a number after the show. Continue, Marty. You know what I'm saying?
But what I was saying is that, you know, you have a lot of these issues and concerns or whatever that are just self-inflicted. Like, you have these people that are like, oh, I can't stand having to live around these non-whites and blah blah blah, and it's like, okay, well, this is a self-inflicted wound then. Like, you know, your people wanted segregation before it happened, and you were salty about it because black people started making their own money, so you got mad.
Exactly.
And it's like that's what blows my mind about these people.
That's
and
because
it's like,
they didn't expect us to succeed. They
Yeah.
didn't expect us to do anything with ourselves.
Exactly.
They expected us.
That's okay, Hot Rock
Exactly.
Candy.
And like, that's a good point, Nia. They expected black people to not be able to survive on their own.
To be intelligent enough to do anything better.
Exactly.
Shout out to Intelligent.
And then when black people were intelligent enough, successful enough to be able to make their own way, it made a lot of these white people salty, and then they decided to burn the place down. Now, that's a fear that we have to live with simply because we're outnumbered by so much. Like, you know, like I said before, black people are like 13%. White people are like 70 to 72%. So, I mean, in reality, if something happened, we're just horribly outnumbered. And there's not really a whole lot we can do about it. That's just the way it is. So, when people talk about this stuff like that, it just gets me salty because, you know, one, it's not going to happen in today's society. And then two, even if it did happen, I think the same thing would happen today in 2018 that happened to Black Wall Street way back when. I think the same thing would happen.
I mean,
but my question to him would be, what's the point?
What
is the point of you segregating yourself?
Well, the point is to make them feel better, like plain and simple.
Pretty much.
Is to make them live a life that they want because
But
they hate non-white people that much.
When you can't control the rest of the system.
What do you mean?
Like everyone else, you can't control who's bringing your groceries and who's bagging your groceries.
Well,
and
that's
who's
why I
touching your
suggest.
clothes and who's manufacturing
But you
your
can in a
clothes.
small city like that.
That
in a
place only
small
had
city
23 people in
like
it.
he's talking about, there's only a few people that live there. So if you got rid of everybody non-white, then you would only have to deal with white people.
Yes, but they
There's
don't
only
make
white people in the
everything
grocery
that they
store.
use.
Huh?
They don't make everything that
Oh, they don't.
use. There are things, everything that
Well,
they
they've
use
never
comes
had a
from
problem
somewhere
with having black servants. You know,
Yeah, like that's
service
the-
workers have never been an issue.
True.
You know what I'm saying? They don't give a damn about UPS being brown. You know what I'm saying? As long as UPS ain't trying to get their bitches. You know what I'm saying? So that's really what it comes down to. You know, and at the end of the day, I mean, when I think about it, you know, that's the flaw in their ignorance. You know, and really in the ignorance of anybody who's trying to be a nationalist in a place that is filled with different nationalities that you're going to run into all the time.
Yeah.
You know, just like that lady, right? She wants to separate all the black folks. No, it's not going to work, okay? First off, our mindset ain't even ready for that type of shit. You know, we depended on too much shit that white folks give us as a whole that half of our goddamn community wouldn't even, they would bail out of that shit immediately to get back on Instagram.
But we
You know what I'm
fought
saying?
so long and hard to be included.
Yeah. That's
What
the
would be
next
the
point.
point of doing that? That would
Mhm.
set our race back and society back so many.
But once again, that goes to a person with an ignorant mindset. They don't give a fuck about that shit. They're not thinking about that. They have one track mind. They are, if I must liken it to Tekken, okay? A game. You know what Tekken is. You ain't good at it, but you know what it is. You know what I'm saying? Anyway,
I don't know if I'm good at it.
I'll tear your ass up. You know, anyway, that's not a threat. It's a promise. Anyway, it's like a person who only wants to get this combo off, right? They're always gonna go for the launcher all the time until they get the combo off. Not knowing that you're gonna get your ass tore up because that's not how the game functions. You don't run around doing one thing and trying to get ultimate results. These people have a one-track mind. They are wanting to have only their ethnicity, not thinking about how the outside world is molded around them. They thinking from a point of like, oh, we're white people, we brought you here, you know what I'm saying? Or we're black people, we have the money, we spend the most money shit, so let's put all that into our community. But what if you're only buying black products and you're not using anything white people use? Well, you know, bye internet. You know, the government, if you don't trust the government, you can't use their resource of the internet. So now you're going to set yourself back in progress by many a years. Oh, you don't want to use white companies' machinery to build your fucking place. So you're going to be living in a fucking hut. Who are you going to convince to go from a $500,000 house to a fucking hut because it's only black people? Or who are you going to convince?
It wouldn't be that bad, but I understand your point.
Yeah, it's like you're not going to be able to get around the fact that you live in a society that is fully integrated. If you had this thought in 1920, when it was already happening, or like right after, segregation ended in about 1960 something, I want to say, or maybe 19.
Well, I mean, it basically ended when the Civil Rights
about the
Act
end of
was signed to 64.
Yeah, so like 1964. If in 1965 you still had this thought, you might could get it to work, you know, or you might could subsect yourself to some area where this would work. You're talking nearly 80 years later, you know, that shit. The world's completely different.
Oh,
you know?
definitely.
You can't. That shit is not gonna fly. You know, you're better off. You're about as wise as a person saying, "I'm living in a place where there's no automobiles." Okay.
But you have to look at that guy to think of his age. His mindset is still back in 50s and 60s, and he may have kept that all this time, even though the world has progressed and the world has changed. His mindset has never changed.
Yeah.
I mean,
And it
that's
would
true.
be hard to change somebody like that at this point.
Yeah, and I mean, Panther brought up something I wanted to address because there's actually a lot of misconception about these. But he's talking about like predominantly white institutions or colleges versus a historically black college. And there are a lot of people that I have come across that I've had I've had arguments and debates with where they think that historically black college means that all black students go there, and that's absolutely not true.
Oh, no.
There are lots of white people that go to historically black colleges. The reason historically black colleges were made is because these other institutions literally would not accept non-white people into their colleges. So then these other colleges were formed. Like that's the main reason why these colleges were made. But you have some of these colleges that do accept some black students, but the black students that they usually accept have to be like ridiculously exceptional. Like, I mean, super exceptional students in order for them to get in. I mean, I'll throw a little something about myself out there. Whatever. I applied to UGA when I came out of high school, right? I had like a 3-point-something grade point average, and the SAT was at a 1600 at that time. I got like a 1480 or something like that, right? Out of 1600, and they denied my application. Like, I didn't get into UGA, which me and my parents both were like, "What the hell is this?" But that was also during the time, you can look back on the news during that time, UGA was not accepting non-white students. Like, they literally were blowing off anybody that wasn't white, and it was a big thing with the college, and they ended up getting a large fine and stuff like that. But I mean, that didn't really help my case in it. So a lot of these institutions are like that, particularly in the South. You have a lot of racism in the North too, but like particularly in the South, you have a lot of these issues happening. And so that's the thing in between those. So historically black colleges, like I said, were formed simply because they weren't letting students in, into these colleges that were non-white. And going back to the issue with this guy, like, yeah, this guy has this mindset where, he wants things to be back like it was when he was a youngster, like, those good old days when these black people knew their place and all that stuff. And so you have people like that. And you'll always have people like that until they die off, is the main thing. And they try to pass that stuff on to their kids and stuff like that. But the main difference is, and this is why this is so important, the main thing is education and exposure. Like, most young people now, they grow up around people of different races, like not just white folks. And so they'll have somebody tell them like, oh, black people are so and so, or Chinese people are so and so, or whatever, and then they'll go to school and
not have that experience. Yeah, not have that experience.
Really?
Whatever. No, I'm saying they'll go and not have that experience.
Oh yeah, exactly. They'll go and they'll meet somebody of whatever race, and then it's like, well, wait a minute. My father and my grandfather said all black people are just like crooked, awful people. But I met this black guy in math class, and he's actually pretty cool. And we talk, and we both like this kind of thing, and he seems like a nice guy when we hang out at school. So, what the hell is that? Like, he's different from how my grandfather described people. And then, that's just how it happens. And they get experience, and they get that knowledge and education. And so that's the reason why, racism is at a lesser degree now than it was then. And you still have a lot of people that are, complacent. Like, they think that, like, being completely outwardly and overtly racist is wrong, but certain things that are instituted and certain laws, that are designed to benefit only white people or whatever, they're like, okay, well, we're okay with that because it doesn't overtly say that non-white people can't do this or whatever.
That's just something that, that's one of them things that's just like, it probably will just, I'll say it won't never go away, but it probably won't go away in our lifetime. And we got a lot of years to live, hopefully, you know what I'm saying? But certain things is always going to be a sneaky way to get it in there. And it's really, you're kind of formed around, kind of bound to whatever land you're in, Unfortunately, I do appreciate that the more overt stuff gets addressed and some of the less overt stuff is getting looked at because people are not stupid. You know, people are becoming more intelligent by the century. You know, by the decade, people are becoming more information savvy, being able to access information and really analyze it and get it and be like, oh, you know, this shit back in the day was fucked up because nobody didn't know they could read. Nobody could read, so they didn't know that they could have been out of this situation, but they just had to vote for the shit. Or, you know, maybe you got to go protest for it. Maybe you got to go sign some petitions and get stuff done. But the actuality that you're able to recognize it is something that in the past, I mean, it's already hard enough. Me and Marty always have this discussion. It's hard enough to be involved in your local government because they make that shit hard. That should be like, it's like it's on Tuesday when you got to come watch Let's Talk Tuesday. Why you can't be go helping your city, man? You got to watch Mike and Marty. What kind? Why would they ever schedule some shit? Why you got to watch Mike and Marty? Horrible. They don't want you out the house. You know what I'm saying? They don't want you out the house voting on, you know, the local laws. They're gonna raise your light bill.
Yeah, it's like, plus also, you know, they have these voting facilities open in the middle of the week to go vote, and it's like most people cannot get time off to go vote. Now, like, there have been proposals to make voting days like, you know, national holidays so that people can go do their civic duty and go vote. But you know, these corporations aren't trying to hear that. They're like, we need people here working and making us money and all that stuff. So it's, you know, it's a further way to get only certain amount of people or certain types of people to vote, or certain types of people to be able to make the city hall meetings and stuff like that. Like, you can't. If you work a normal job, you can't make city hall meetings, or you can't.
No,
because they start them when you're getting off work, and by the time you get there with traffic and everything like that, it's already over. Like, you can't.
And don't have kids.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, you can't have nothing going on.
That's a good point. Especially if you have kids, you definitely can't go to city hall meeting. You definitely can't, because even if you get off work early, you gotta worry about your kids and what they need to do. They might have after school activities and stuff. You gotta go take them to. You won't be there in time for a city hall meeting.
And I don't know if children are allowed in the city.
I'm not exactly sure of that either. I've never had a kid.
I think that they are, but I'm not entirely sure.
I mean, listen, at the end of the day, anything to make it harder. You know, they come post some stuff on my door from time to time on my mailbox. Like, oh, we got city hall meeting tonight. Like, well, why did you give me this today? What if I didn't get here in time to get this? And then, oh, y'all are gonna vote on, you know, if you wear your pants hanging down a little too low, then your ass going to jail, or you get a ticket for it. If you don't pay the ticket, you go to jail. Well, I mean, I don't particularly want to see nobody's pants hanging down, but I don't think you should get fined because you got that's your style of clothing. I mean, unless you're letting your ass cheeks be out or your private parts be dangling around some kids or some shit, I don't see what the problem is. But if I don't have the ability to get to the town hall meeting and vote against the shit, and everybody else who would be against the shit don't got time because they didn't get off work that day, or they didn't make it to the mailbox in time, or like you said, they got obligations, they got kids they got to take care of. Shit. Guess what? The people who proposed this law, they already had the time. They already knew what was up. They knew when it came time to vote for this, they was going to be free. And you know who those people normally are? People who got more money than they'll ever need. Yeah. People who got strings and sway in politics anyway. So they're going to get their point across.
And from the wealth disparity and how things are working, and with black people only having equal rights as citizens for 54 years, there's majority white people that are involved in that stuff, and majority white people that have the ability to be able to do that. That's not to say, you know, all white people are looking to bring down non-white people. That's not what I'm saying at all. But I'm saying that there are particular people in these positions that are looking to do that, and then they have the ability to in a lot of cases because of what Mike just described.
They're just in that position, you know.
Yeah, they're just in that position.
You know, they're out of reach for you.
And also what a lot of lawmakers do is they'll pass laws and they'll name them certain things so that when you look at them, they seem helpful. Yeah,
the bullshit.
Yeah, exactly. And they seem helpful and stuff like that. You're like, oh, that name seems like something I would want to vote for. But then, since you don't have time to read the actual law,
yeah, you can't read a goddamn 400-page law.
Exactly. Then you end up voting for some crazy stuff.
Let me tell you about the most bullshit law we have.
Citizens United is one of them.
Oh, that is.
That's one of the most bullshit laws that we have in this country. Making corporations have rights as citizens is one of the worst things that's happened in this country.
Oh, no, the other bullshit that we got here in Georgia. Right to work
Right
state.
to work. Oh, God.
The right to work state. So, that only sounds like a great thing to y'all. You know what I'm saying? Only sounds like a great thing. When you hear a state is right to work, I don't know what comes to y'all mind. To me, it sounds like, wow, you know, this means I have the ability to have a job as a right. Nigga, no. That shit means we got the right to fire your ass whenever the fuck we want to about anything, and there's nothing you can do about it. You know, they proposed this bill and people actually voted for this shit.
Which is crazy.
Because they don't got the time.
If you actually read the right to work bill, it basically takes away all rights of employees in Georgia. Like, it really does. It does. It basically protects the employer and gives them a lot of power over
all
the employees.
The rights to the employer.
Yeah, it gives all the rights, exactly. And it is an awful law. And when I saw it, I couldn't believe that people voted this in. I was so upset when people voted.
Listen, man, people be out here tripping, but you know what? That's just something that happens when, you know, people aren't able to get out. Like, you don't even have to be keen on what's going on, because you ain't even like, if you are keen, you still can't get to the shit. You know, I look at a lot of politics on a daily basis, and in doing so, you would think I'd be able to be out here in these streets and, you know, protesting and making shit happen. Nigga, I be at work. That shit is over. All I can do is see what other people did. Or, you know, I could just take off work. I could take a whole week off, you know what I'm saying, and protest some shit. And maybe get kicked out my house because I'm living check to check or some shit. Or I will be living check to check. I keep protesting from week to week. You know what I'm saying? Like, anything that you want to make happen is going to be difficult. And, you know, we talked about this on the show plenty of times. You know, that's why it's very incumbent on our youth to get out there and really do it while they have the opportunity. Because, you know, when you have that opportunity, you know, you can do what older people can't do. First off, it's your future that you're dealing with. You know, you're gonna have to deal with the consequences of what you let slide now. Just like we've let things slide in the past that we have to deal with now. You know, another thing that comes up is like, you know, man, you know, it's cool that you want to be on the gram and, you know, you want to be on Twitter. Listen, Twitter is a hilarious place. I know it. But you can also use some of this stuff for good. You know, try to push, you know, your local neighborhoods to do better. You know, do better for your community, and it'll circle its way out. You know, it's hard to start at the presidential level and think that junk's gonna funnel its way down to East Point, Georgia. That junk is not happening.
Oh yeah, it definitely doesn't work that way. You have to vote locally and expand. Like, you have to start locally and then go out. But I mean, who you vote for president is definitely important, because that influences how you know, a lot of different representatives from areas act and what they're able to do and things like that. And the president will try to implement an ultimate plan, you know, that they have over you know, the 4 and then the second term plan in order for them to do what they need to do. But voting locally definitely is the most important thing. If you want to have a direct impact on how you live and how people around you live, vote locally, research every local candidate that you can, learn everything you can, and make the decision that you think will move your society, your direct society, in the right direction. And I'm gonna go with Clint here. I definitely agree. Democracy is not a failure. The only thing that makes democracy a failure is when the voters are ignorant. That's the big issue, and that's what a lot of people will argue, that the United States education system has done that on purpose in order to do whatever that they want to do, or have whatever laws that they want to have implemented. But so far as a democracy goes, democracy wholeheartedly works when your society is involved and they want to affect change for the society. Like, it's 100%. The problem in America with democracy is we have a lot of people that are really ignorant about things and what's going on, and so you have a lot of people voting for crazy stuff.
Outrageous.
Outrageous stuff. That's just.
And then you just got people who are like me, just don't even know what the fuck is going on. I'll tell you what happened. These people voted to have the electric bill. That shit has a minimum that you're going to pay.
Yeah, that was bad.
But then, once you go over the minimum, it's not like a base. I'm sorry, not a minimum. There is a base pay. Now, normally when there's a base pay, that just means whatever you use, over or under, you got to pay this certain average to cover the expenses for those that go below and those that go above. No, our shit is, you got a base pay, so if you go under, the shit is it's really a minimum. You got a minimum, and then you got to pay over that if you do anything over the shit. Why the fuck would people? It's of no use to you. It's not of any positive consequence to you to have this base pay.
Not at all.
I don't be at there's a point in time where I traveled the U.S. non-stop. I was at my house I was in Atlanta 4 days out the month, and at my own house maybe once out the month. Why was my electric bill still $100 and something? That makes no sense. Ain't nothing going on in my house. But you know what? You got this base pay that you just gotta pay. And they call it a base pay because they know if people know anything about base pay, that just means it's a flat rate. But that goes into how they use words and laws versus what the law actually means. And always trying to sucker people in. You got to really get involved. It is something. It's hard. Most of everybody in here is probably pretty old. Probably got a life going. I know some of y'all are pretty young. I know Panther's pretty young. Well, I assume he's pretty young. He's still got a life he got to do. He got to go to work and stuff. Everybody's really got a life they got to do.
Of course.
Plus, they got so much different things to distract. So when you are having your own time to yourself, you're not feeling like going down there and voting or goddamn protesting or bringing up shit or calling down to the office because you want to kick back and play some PlayStation. I feel you. That's what I did. You know what I'm saying? That's what a lot of people do. You might want to kick it on the ground. Yeah, unless the tragedy happens. And then you know what? They'll use the tragedy against you. Think about
we get emotional.
Mm-hmm.
And they use that again.
Exactly. We got the 9/11 thing happened, and now motherfuckers just get to know all your business at all times because.
Oh yeah, the Patriot Act.
Yeah, the Patriot Act.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah, Patriot Act. It sounds like something we should be behind. You know what I'm saying? But no, them niggas got all of your goddamn text messages, all of your emails.
Like, hey,
recording all your phones.
Shout out to Shadow Dragon 899. We appreciate it. We're glad you're here with us. We try to keep it real here as much as we can. And we have our fun topics and we have our real talk. You came in on the real talk.
You came on the real talk, man. Let's talk every Tuesday at 8:30, unless I'm doing something I shouldn't be doing. You know what I'm saying? But anyway.
Yeah, I mean, the Patriot Act is one of the biggest and most egregious offenders of this. Everybody immediately voted for that. Oh yeah, the Patriot Act. Like, I'm a patriot.
Yeah, man.
I'm gonna go
Captain
ahead.
America Act?
I'm a patriot. Like,
the Captain America Act, bro.
Go America, and they voted for this, and it's just like you just voted away all of our privacy rights. Like, that's insanity.
Gave them away, and once you give something to the government, you will never get that shit back. they will find every way to make that shit never be given back to you. Always know if you give up any freedoms, you won't get them back. You know, that's like a girl sucking your dick on the first date and then won't give you no more dome the rest of your relationship. It's not gonna happen, okay? That relationship's not gonna last too long, okay? Somebody's gonna get the fuck up out of there. Probably gonna be her, you know what I mean? That's just what it is. I mean, you can't get people used to something, especially somebody in power. You give them all that power, do you know that junk is like giving a baby this first taste of goddamn Sour Patch Kids? And the gums, the first little tooth when they can kind of nibble on that motherfucker, they gonna eat that thing and they're never gonna turn back. They're not gonna want no vegetables. You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna want nothing. They just only want that fucking sweet taste, and they'll do whatever they got to do to get it. You know, same thing applies. You know, the government, I bet right now, if you were to sign an act that said, you know what, for the next week, the government can just routinely run up in my house and flip my couch over every day. You know what'll happen? Niggas will get so used to that after that week that they'll come up with a new law, call that shit Home Protection Act. And guess what the act will be? Niggas coming to your house, flipping your couch for your protection. Making sure no boogeyman wasn't up underneath your couch. Just because you gave them the opportunity to do it one time. And then you'll never be able to get that shit back out. Or it'll be so hard to get it back out that they will have implemented several layers of them coming in your house, flipping your couch. To where it'll be like, they can't come in your house and flip your couch. They'll at least tilt that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? And you'll just never have, they'll always be in your goddamn house. And then when they're in your house, it's going to be other shit. They're going to be looking at your TVs. You know what I'm saying? Cops going to be in your house planting drugs and getting your ass the fuck up out of there. Because, you know, maybe you ain't pay a bill on time. And maybe AT&T and Comcast got to deal with the local councilman. And so the local councilman like, okay, well, people owe you shit? Oh, we can make this shit work. When we go in there and flip their fucking couch. Yeah, now we can go in their house and flip their goddamn couch. We could drop some fucking drugs and get their ass on the slave trade onto the jail cell. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to give you your money back through what we make off of them in the jail. You would think that that sounds very conspiratorial and outrageous, but what do you think the drug war is? Something very stupid just like that. We're going to find out how to get these motherfuckers in jail and make money off of them. And we're going to do it by supplying something or allowing something to be distributed and then punishing them very hard for it in certain areas. Get that money back and give it to the private sector. You know, grease palms on both sides of the goddamn aisle.
Yeah, plus, 13th Amendment or whatever, supposed to outlaw slavery. You read it, slavery is legal for punishment for a crime.
It is.
So, hello, prison pay system.
It happens to it.
It's the way it is, like, it's just a lot of things that go on in America for, amount of freedoms and stuff that we have, like, they come at a great cost between, the prison pipeline pay system to like the military-industrial complex.
Oh, that's the worst. Listen,
I don't even know. Wars all over the place just to make money.
I don't even understand when people have a problem with stuff like welfare and then don't have a problem with military spending.
Yeah,
that's crazy to me.
Yeah, that's like, absolutely crazy.
The military spending is like 100, 200, 300 times the spending you spend on welfare.
Oh, way more than that. Like you're spending like hundreds of billions of dollars on the military, but you're only spending like
70 million, 70 billion.
70 million? It's not in the billions. It's definitely millions.
Well, yeah, like 77. It's like it was 77 million if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
77 million on welfare, helping the people in your country. The idea that you can't work a minimum wage job and pay to live in like a 2-bedroom apartment, which is unheard of because back in the day, people was taking care of whole families on minimum wage jobs.
Well, I mean, that's what a lot of people don't understand. Like a lot of people don't get what the minimum wage was actually meant to do, because like most people you talk to today, they're like, oh, the minimum wage is for minimum skilled people, and if they want a better job, then they need to, you know, try to go get something else. It's like, but that's not what President Roosevelt designed the minimum wage for. When he did that in 1938, it was supposed to be, and by his words, a person working 40 hours a week, no matter what job they are working, should be able to provide for themselves and their family and live comfortably. And so when he made the minimum wage, that's what it was. A person on a minimum wage job could afford a nice house, fully furnish it out, live comfortably with their wife and their couple of kids. Like, that's what it was designed for. But when we got to the 70s, like mid to late 70s, that's when corporations started getting really greedy, and they're like, okay, well,
fuck it.
Well, I mean, we're not going to pay people a living wage. We're just going to keep wages the same, and costs will go up.
Yeah, raise that inflation up.
Yeah.
And not tie that shit to inflation. And now you got people who, I think I saw a study the other day. It was like to live in any major city and comfortably live in like a 2-bedroom apartment, you got to make $22 an hour. $22 an hour is a high ass pay for a lot of people. Exactly, a lot of people
right
don't make $10 an hour.
Because our nation's minimum wage is still at $7.25.
That is over 3 times the minimum wage.
Yeah.
To live in a 2-bedroom apartment comfortably, and when we say comfortably means you could not go to work for like a week or 2 weeks and it wouldn't bother you. You know, comfortably means you can pay your bills ahead of time and it's not a problem. Comfortably means you can have food every single day. You can have the ability to save for your kids to go to college. You can have the ability to pay your rent and or mortgage and not be sweating it.
Exactly.
The idea that there are people that you could work 2 minimum wage jobs and not be able to live comfortably.
Well, yeah, if you work two minimum wage jobs, you still wouldn't be able to really pay rent.
80 hours a week. And I don't care what it is that you're doing. I understand that maybe somebody flipping burgers is not necessarily as skill developed as a person who is an engineer. But then just pay the engineer what he's worth.
Exactly.
And pay the person who is working and doing a service for you. It's not like they try to do things like say, oh, McDonald's is for kids. McDonald's is open during school hours. Yeah. Motherfuckers gotta work at McDonald's during the day. Why shouldn't they be able to live? Why should I have to work at McDonald's, Burger King, and UPS just to try to make up for, you know, what you're paying a electrician, you know, what you're paying a plumber, maybe not even making up what you're paying either one of those people.
And that's what people don't understand. If you are a skilled worker and you have skills in education, you should be getting paid more. That's what people don't understand. They look at what fast food people want, or like not just fast food, but like anybody working in a minimum wage position, and they immediately see the number and they flip out because it's as much or more than they make, and they're like, oh hell no, they don't deserve to make that because I make blah 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 and I have these skills. You're being underpaid.
Exactly.
For your skill set and your education, you're being underpaid and you need to be paid more. Don't fight these people that are trying to fight for higher wages. Don't fight those people. You need to fight the corporations that don't want to pay people. That's what you need to fight. You're getting mad at the wrong folks.
Always remember this, and I said it before, I'll say it again. If you are mad at somebody lower on the economic chain than you, then you're getting fooled by somebody higher up than you. That's the only way it's going down. You know, there's no reason that a person who doesn't make any fucking money, like if somebody has to live on welfare and depend on welfare, I know you're thinking in your head, you're taught to think like, oh man, fuck, I gotta pay for this other motherfucker who don't want to work. But this motherfucker is not living a lavish lifestyle. This motherfucker is living in a trash ass place. They're only can buy what is given to them, what's allotted to them.
They're literally just trying to survive.
They're only surviving. You know, even if somebody is taking advantage, right? Even if they're taking advantage and they're just being lazy, they're not living a glamorous life. They're just living a low-scale life. That's shitty that you got to go work. But if you was getting paid what you were supposed to get paid in the first place, do you know what you pay into welfare? You pay like $35 a year into welfare. Mm-hmm. They will trick you into believing that all of your tax dollars is going to welfare.
You're literally paying.
You're paying $30-something a year.
Like to help your fellow man, you're paying about $36 to $38 per year in taxes that goes into welfare. Now, corporate welfare is where you're paying most of your money, and you're paying anywhere from $6,000 to $6,700 per year from your taxes in corporate subsidies. You're paying welfare to Walmart. You're paying welfare to CVS Pharmacy. You're paying welfare to McDonald's. All these places that you should not be paying welfare to. That's where they're getting your dollars. So far as helping your fellow man, it's like Mike said, you're paying $30-something a year. You're paying $36 to $38 a year. That's not a lot.
Y'all paid more to that to go to CEO. Exactly. Y'all paid more to that to go to the last big tournament you went to this year. Mm-hmm. Or that you will be going to. You probably paid more than that to wipe your ass cheeks throughout the year. You know what I'm saying? Depending on what kind of, you might have diarrhea. You might have to go through several rolls of toilet paper. You know what I'm saying? Them shits add up real quick. You mean to tell me the price it costs to wipe your ass in a couple months, you can't give that to help a family out? Mm-hmm. I mean, it don't matter if you gotta work hard and the motherfuckers is lazy. Guess what? Your hard work is gonna get you somewhere. And if you can't get nowhere off of your hard work, you need to be looking at the person that's paying you and be like, listen, motherfucker, I'm working hard as a motherfucker.
And you're not paying me.
You can't do this shit without us. Mm-hmm. You know, and the problem that we always gonna run into is that people don't have unity, really. You know, people have similar ideas, but everybody don't got the backbone. You know, everybody's not gonna be willing to stand up and be like, you know what, man, I'm willing to lose my fucking job that I work hard to get to prove a point. That if everybody leave this motherfucker, you know, back in the day when people had strikes, shit got done. You know what I'm saying? I'm in a union, you know, so, and it's stupid. I'm in a union in a right to work state. We can't even have strikes. It's like, what the fuck is our bargaining power? Mm-hmm. You know, but before we were in situations like that, people used to have, and it's why people hate unions, because it's like, okay, well, if you're in the union, what the union's going to do is, we're going to make this contract with the company, and when they start fucking up on the contract, or they start mistreating the employees, our people just going to pull out. And you ain't going to have no production for that day. And you're going to have to meet the demands, or you're going to have to better the situation that's going on and you know, better your job situation. But, you know, they discourage against that stuff and try to make it seem like, oh man, you're paying these people way too much. It's making the cost of building go up.
And that's the main thing, is they've spent a lifetime demonizing unions, when in reality, unions are the reason why you have a 40-hour work week instead of having a 70-hour work week or 80-hour work week, or however much that they could milk you before you pass out. That's the reason why you have a minimum wage and stuff like that, because, you know, we've seen this before. Corporations got away with just working people to death for pennies a day. Like, we've had that before. We've done that before. So when people demonize unions and stuff like that, and there's a lot of laws, particularly in a state just like you mentioned, Mike, that has a right to work, like Georgia, that has a right to work laws. They take away a lot of the power from unions, to where like they can't do really what they're functioned to do. Yeah. And so it just, you know, we've gotten way off base with our original point, but this is all stuff that needs to be said.
Yeah, it all needs to be said, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, they ain't have problems like this over in Africa. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they had apartheid, but you know, you weren't around during that time. You know what I mean?
So I'll be right back.
All right, well, we're gonna take a little short, another intermission. We're gonna come right back with our last topic. Y'all stay tuned. Won't be that long of a break. Just gotta get some things taken care of, and y'all stay tuned. All right.
Alright guys, are we ready to switch gears?
We are ready to switch the gears.
Alright.
Now, glad that we have you here tonight, you know what I'm saying? Because you're going to help us with this next topic. I know you've been a little mute over there, you know what I'm saying? But you can definitely help us with this next one. It was brought to my attention, you know, that there are a lot of people out here, you know what I'm saying, that don't have the skills to holler at a lady, you know what I mean? Holla, 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 holla. You know what I'm saying? Let's find out. What do it take? You're a woman. Tell us, when a guy rolls up to you and you're not trying to hit him with your car, you don't do things like that. There is QT footage of this woman trying to run over me with her car when I first met her, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, as a woman, what do you feel are appropriate and inappropriate ways to be approached? Let's speak up just a little bit.
It depends.
Okay.
If you see me in the grocery store and you think I look good and you want to talk to me, but I'm in a rush and you've completely ignored the fact that I'm in a rush and you're trying to talk to me, that's an inappropriate time. But first of all, you didn't pay attention to me in the first place to notice that I was in a rush. So I already don't want to talk to you.
He was in a rush to see that ass, okay? You know what I'm saying? But let's put it, okay, now that is the female's perspective.
That's a female
That's
perspective.
the female perspective. So I'm going to tell you what us dudes are thinking, right?
We expect a little bit of intuition on a man's part, a little bit of consideration, a little bit of...
Okay, well, I'm going to tell you from a man's perspective.
Observation.
We ain't got time for that shit, okay? I don't know if I'm going to ever see you again. You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's
what am I
true.
supposed to do in the event that I see young Nia over here, you know, at the Quick Trip, trying to run me over. You know what I'm saying? And, like, you know what? She looked like she's in a rush, obviously, because she tried to hit me with her car. You know what I'm saying? So, she obviously has something she needs to do. But I want to holler. Do I just decide that I'll wait until I'm running to your ass again like I've never done before, you know, and probably never will do ever again because you're in a damn rush? Are you saying that there is not a way that a man could sway you?
Example. Okay,
No, that was a realistic example. That's a real example, so we'll stick with it. So what do you think? Is there a way that a man could sway you in that situation? Or is that unswayable territory?
Yes, there is a way.
Okay.
You know,
Oh, yeah?
he could not prolong him talking to me. Like he could go through whatever he has to say really fast, give me his number,
Hey, Charlie,
and
listen.
move it on.
Listen, I know you doing shit.
Move it along.
I'm just trying to get to know you right quick. Let me get your number.
Well,
No.
I mean,
I have
a
That's the
question.
best.
for you. Hold on.
that
I
has
have a question, yeah. Like, so if somebody did something like that, like you're saying that, you know, you're in a rush at like a store or something, and somebody just shoots their shot real fast, right?
Steph Curry like.
And they end up, just super fast release, right?
Yeah.
So, and they end up giving you a number or whatever. How realistic is it, or like, how likely are you to even call that person?
Well-
I mean, you barely had an experience with them.
Well, it depends on what you said in those few seconds that you had me, or those couple minutes that you spoke to me. If you were able to make me laugh during that time, there's a good chance I'm going to call you back.
My dick
Or I'm
long, my
gonna
wallet
call you.
fat, and I don't live with my mama.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That should get me right in, right? That should get me right in there.
I mean, I guess that hits the key points.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, you have to do what you can with the time that you've got.
Y'all hear this in the chat, right?
Waste the time you've
Use
got.
that line, get them every time.
You know, you're limited time, so say what you have to say. Get your lines right.
Color get your number is what actual people who want to talk to people say. What people who don't really want to talk to people say is, let me get your Instagram. You know, let me get your goddamn Twitter. Because they don't really want to be bothered with you. They don't want to be personally involved with you. They want to goddamn run up the count on their damn Instagram followers.
Instagram. No.
I mean, but you know, you're an old school woman, so you're not about that life. You know what I'm saying? You give a different perspective.
That's the kind of point I was getting at, Ice, was like, you know, since she's in a rush and so she's probably not trying to hear anybody talking to her or whatever, and then you just like slip a number in there, like, how likely are you actually going
it's just
to be able to call somebody? Like, so I guess the point I'm getting at is gauging that type of situation, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, me personally, at the supermarket is not somewhere I would really try to talk to somebody unless somebody just looked so good that I was like, okay, this is a shot I got to take now, and if I don't take this shot, then like that's just the end of it, or whatever.
And I feel like that's
something I got to do because usually when people go shopping or whatever, they usually want to go in and get what they need and leave. So it's not usually a good time to talk to somebody.
Except for when they're at the mall. The motherfuckers want to be in that shit all goddamn day.
Well, I was talking about specifically like a grocery store. Like, but it is somewhere like the mall. I mean, people are walking around the mall looking at stuff constantly. So, I mean, they're going to be there for a certain amount of time. It's a leisurely
atmosphere.
Yeah.
It's, you know.
Why come to okay, well, just don't come out the goddamn house to the damn grocery store with the cheek pants. You know what I'm saying? Your cheeks.
So
knowing the niggas got
women must only go to the grocery store.
No, listen. I'm not telling women what to wear.
Because they don't want to be talked
No, listen. I'm not telling a woman what to wear because I'm not trying to get in that kind of trouble. You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying is, y'all know how we are, okay? If there is a pit bull, a ravaging lion outside, you know, you don't go outside in a meat costume. You know what I'm saying? You try your best to just, you know the motherfucker's wild. You know what I'm saying? You know he should behave. He shouldn't be fucking with you even if you come out there with a meat costume. But guess what? Some niggas ain't got sense. The people who got sense, it don't matter what you come outside in because them niggas is going to be gentlemen regardless.
Well, that's too bad.
You know what I'm saying? That's just how
women like to look good, and we're gonna wear whatever.
Hey, y'all gotta be accountable for your actions, though. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
Gotta be accountable for your actions.
No, but you also have to be accountable.
We are. Men are very accountable for their actions. We go to jail.
Yeah, when you're not in control, that's on you.
You go to jail when you're not in control. You're very accountable for your actions. The niggas don't get away with it. I'll tell you that. When a nigga's got a fucked up brain, you know, when that motherfucker's got a fucked up brain, he's going to get dealt with very quickly. You know, so not to go down that aisle. Not saying that women go out and they need to think about what's going on all the time. Yeah, that was just a little side point. But what I was really getting at is like you know,
do have to understand, and I fully agree with you that like if you're going out and you're looking good and stuff, and you're not with a dude, you're probably gonna have dudes come up and talk to you. Like that's gonna happen.
Unfortunately, that's the hand that's dealt. Y'all hold the sexual market in your hands at the beginning, so you got to know what to do with your power. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's like me. You know, the same thing applies. It's like if I know that a whole lot of thotty, chicken head, hood rats are gonna be thoroughly scraping at my car if I pull out in a Bugatti, then I just know that if I'm gonna pull out in Bugatti, this is what I'm gonna have to deal with. You know, that's just kind of how things are. Unfortunately, now back to the point, more at the point though. With this situation, I feel like there is, and I feel like, you know, you can be real with us. You're a woman, and I know you to be a pretty real person. Sometimes it don't matter what a nigga say to you. You were just not fucking with them.
Yes, because there's some people that when you meet somebody, it doesn't matter whether you're attracted to them or if it's just a friend. You can, within the first few minutes of talking to that person, know whether you're ever going to want to speak to them again.
I don't think that's true, though.
I do think it's true.
I think you make up in your mind based off of...
I'm not saying it's that way 100% of the time, but predominantly so.
Do you think that's from a woman's position?
No, it's just people's personality comes out when they're talking. There are things that people notice about you that you will never know about yourself.
I can agree with that. I can agree with that.
Because they see things that you don't see.
In an interaction where you're walking and you're trying to get to your car because you got this dog food in your hand, you ain't been doing your curls, so that shit about to fall over. If, let's say, we're gonna call him Mandate Scrub 1, you know. If Mandate Scrub 1 comes up to you, then it's like, okay, there's nothing Mandate Scrub 1 can say to you. He could be the same gentleman that you really claim you want. He can say all the right things, and then I could come along and say all the wrong things, and you might be like, you know what, I like that motherfucker there. He made me laugh. The other dude made me laugh, but I will never fuck with him. You know, I'm just assuming, is that something that happens in a woman's mind? Like, some people just, it don't matter what the fuck you do. It don't matter if you do all the right things.
It's a mixture of
There's
things.
no situation where you're going to be able to get me out of these groceries.
It's a mixture of things because people are attracted to different things.
Oh, well, I'm going to throw the physical part out. I mean, I walk up on a woman, what's she going to do? Draw's going to fall off the goddamn pants.
Really?
You know, I see, no, for real. I walked up on
what happens to you?
I walked up to this one lady, draws, she had on a Hillary Clinton pantsuit.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? Draws flung right out the ankle of the goddamn pantsuit. Landed right in my hand. It's like Pootie's hand or something. Just right in my hand. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even want the draws. I didn't even want the draws.
That was done on purpose?
I don't know if it's done on purpose. It was like an automatic.
But you're explaining it.
I'm just saying, that's just what happened. But anyway, you know, the idea, you know, because we're trying to help some people.
Taking the physical out of it.
Yeah, taking the physical out. Because we know when it comes to physical attraction, you're going to be attracted to what you're attracted to.
But that's also, I mean, I know you want to take it out of the equation, but it's a huge part of it.
Exactly.
It's a huge part of it.
That's what I was saying before.
People are visual. I don't care if it's a man or a woman, you're visual. And when you meet somebody, there are certain things that you're going to either admire about them or you're going to dislike about them. You may hate about them. You may envy.
She hated me when she first met me. She tried to hit me with a car.
I didn't try to hit you. You just happened to be in the wrong place in the parking lot. But
tried to take a nigga legs out. I could have been Professor X around this motherfucker.
You see, like, you know, that's kind of the thing I was saying before. I know we had a discussion about it. And, you know, I've said several times on the stream, you know, I'm not exactly the best looking dude in the world. But I mean, you know, I do okay sometimes when it comes to talking to women. But I mean, there's a lot less opportunity that I would have, honestly, than you would have. Like if we just went out and started talking to random women, like there.
Me and Marty went to American Deli. She was hollering at Marty.
Oh,
she was yelling at me, hollering at Marty. You know what I'm saying? Ask about him every time I go into American Deli.
I mean, I'm just being real though. I mean, it's just.
That's right. That's right, Codacor. Tell Marty to stop.
I mean, I'm a pretty self-aware guy. I just am. That's just kind of how I do things.
This nigga Marty over here.
So, I mean, what? Oh, man, y'all need to stop.
No, because Marty takes the idea that he's not a handsome dude. I would assume based off of just like his weight. But I think facially, chicks will have no issue with you. And there are a lot of chicks that don't give a fuck about how big you are.
And he's very.
And you hear that? Draws just flew out of goddamn ankle. You know what I'm saying? You stuff them motherfuckers back in your pants.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Put them motherfuckers back in your pants.
Oh.
Anyway,
He's articulate.
Yeah. Mario's goddamn put that bunker buster on your ass. You better watch out. Anyway, but yeah, you know, when I think this conversation came up because I think maybe like last week, maybe, or even in the passing conversations I've been having with the chat. You know, a lot of people feel like, you know, they just don't know how to approach women, you know, and I know it's a lot different for some of the age groups as opposed to like my age, your age, Marty's age, because we came up under a different system. You know, we came up under a situation where we would talk on the phone for hours. You know,
people met organically.
Yeah,
they
people
actually
met.
interacted.
Yeah.
Nowadays, you don't know what a person actually looks like because you're talking to them via your phone, your email, your Instagram. You don't even know if their picture's real.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? I had a chick, her mama sent me pictures of it today, or yesterday. All of them was goddamn Snapchat filtered pictures. First off, that was just awkward as hell. We'll talk about that next week. You know what I'm saying? But in any event, you know, the idea that, you know, I think what it comes down to is like, me personally, I've never had the issue. Now, some would say it's Mike, it's because your looks. You know, I'm a pretty modest guy when it comes to my looks. I think I just like, you know, pretty normal, pretty standard dude, right?
Did you just use modest and yourself in the same sentence?
I knew that was coming.
When it comes to how I really feel about myself, you know, the way I really feel about myself is like, I don't know, I'm just pretty normal. You know, I'm not super buff, not super ripped. I got nigger naps, you know, not the best grade of hair. You know, I'm just a normal, standard looking dude. I'm not an ugly dude. I know I'm not an ugly dude, but I know I'm not Fabio, or I don't feel like I'm a Fabio type looking nigga, right? So, for me, looks have never really played into what made me confident or not confident when it came to dealing with women. I think what really came from my building of confidence came when I just start realizing, like, people either gonna fuck with you, they ain't gonna fuck with you. You know, you know, for me that was like a strong portion of what came to how I was able to interact with so many women, and you know, you need to go on these dates or have outings with them or have these discussions with them, because I'm really comfortable in the skin and who I am as a person. And you know, when women see that confidence, it's like I said before, if you're able to tell a woman you're the best in the world at something, it don't matter what the fuck it is. There's a moisture droplet that will well up in them walls just because she heard you say something with such confidence. He's the best in the world at doing what? Oh, you're the best in the world at playing Tetris? Like you're a world champion? Like, I don't really know nothing about fucking Tetris, but the fact that you're a world champion in that shit, that means somebody's looking up to you, which means in some crowd, you're that nigga. Every chick wants to be with that nigga, okay? You know, I just learned to make that nigga be me at all times. So y'all always hear me say I'm the best in the world at everything, okay? And you know, that's just for my, you know, that's my own personal boost of confidence. Whether I believe it or not, whether I know it or not, you know what I'm saying? I tell people I'm the best ling in all of America. Cuddlecore probably wipe my ass up. But you know what? You ain't gonna stop me from saying it. It might not be true, but fuck it. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I think with me...
You have a big personality, and your personality comes in.
You know, the idea is that, you know, it's not so much that I want to seem bigger than life. The idea is, you know, I'm confident in whatever it is that I do.
That plays a huge role in how your conversation comes off to a woman. Exactly. They can tell how confident you are in what you say and how you say it.
You know, I mean, that's probably a big thing for me. I'm not a confident person. So it's like, I'm a self-aware guy, but I don't really have a lot of self-confidence.
And I see that's just, I think that happens to be what a lot of people run into. When it comes down to, when I see a lot of dudes, they have a lot of issues with really talking to chicks. You know what I mean? You know, I have that time from time to time. Like, you know, there are some chicks that are pretty hot. And I'm like, man, I don't really know what I want to talk to her about because I'm thinking too hard. I'm thinking too hard about what I'm going to say to impress her or to get her where I want her to be. And then there are other times that are better looking chicks. And I just don't give a fuck what I say to her. And guess what? Pans out, because at that point in time I was in my confidence, you know what I'm saying? At that point in time I was like, you know what, you just got a good goddamn shell, you know what I'm saying? What's on the inside of the Easter egg, you know what I mean? You ain't painting the Easter egg could be very glamorous on the outside. Sometimes you don't want to touch the
rotten on the inside.
Inside, you bust that motherfucker open, it ain't nothing but air, you know what I'm saying?
You could get lucky and find like a Fabergé egg.
That's true. Motherfucker, diamond on the outside and worth something in the middle. You know what I mean? But those are rare. As far as the guys that are out there that are having an issue trying to really talk to women, trying to get the approach started, my advice really is, from a man's perspective, somebody who, often talks to women, it is kind of cliche to say, be yourself, be your best self, be the person that when you do whatever it is you really like to do, the way you feel about yourself while you're doing that is how you should feel about yourself when you go to approach them, and actually in everyday life. When you play, your favorite game, and you feel like you're the best at that shit, or you feel like you're the best in your neighborhood at that shit. If you do math and you feel like you're the best mathematic, you do your calculus at a high intelligence quotient. If you do whatever it is you do, take that confidence and apply it to the rest of your life, and realize that there's a lot that we talk about on the show where things vary. The sexual marketplace is way off the Richter scales for some people, and for other people it ain't that. You find your value on there, you realize who you are, and not that you're any less valuable than the next person, but when it comes down to the idea of how you're going to be perceived, you just be like, listen, I ain't no dime, you know what I'm saying? So maybe my ability to court a dime might be a more struggle situation than maybe courting somebody that's in my range. But that don't mean you don't go for the dime if that's what you want. Just know that you're going to have to boost yourself up in confidence and whatever else she may require of you, and be willing to either do that or don't do it and be like, you know what, fuck it, I'm not putting all that effort in for somebody that look good, for a meat sack that looks very special at the moment.
Oh.
But in 10 seconds, in 10 years, that motherfucker, a sack of meat. You know what I'm saying? That's all you're looking at is a well-shaped sack of meat. Okay?
How about we use shell instead? I like shell.
You like shell?
Yeah.
Sack of meat. So, you know what I'm saying? When it comes down to it, you are really, as a man, and this is something women don't have this, y'all don't necessarily have this innate feeling. As men, your looks matter so much to us because that's what draws us in. Y'all learn to love us. Niggas know in a second when they see you whether or not they would like to date you. You gotta go get my goddamn social security number. You gotta know what my bank account look like. You gotta know all my goddamn information before you decide if you even gonna date me. You know what I'm saying? And that is just where y'all hold a certain power that we get the power later when we already got your heart. And now, guess what?
Can you blame us? I mean, if I have a job and my own house and my own vehicle and I've worked hard for those things, why shouldn't I expect that of someone who wants to date me?
No,
at least as a standard.
There's nothing wrong with that.
I'm not really blaming you for having that mindset or
I'm
saying that you should.
But it doesn't mean that I wouldn't date someone who has less than that.
But women tend to not. That's just the way women are.
But there are instances where it happens, but that means that they're fulfilling something else.
I don't know too many instances where that happens and a woman is completely happy. Unless
they have to be doing something else.
I mean, unless it's like a situation that occurs during the relationship. I don't know too many women that are just like, oh, you got no job, no car.
There are women out there.
I mean, yeah, cougars. Cougars get young dudes to put that pipe on them. But I mean like a real wholesome relationship where it's going to be mutually beneficial to both of you.
Now,
the only way, let me say this.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the time when that does happen, it means that the man is working towards something and the woman is standing by his side and supporting him while he is doing that.
Because she sees the potential.
Exactly, for future potential.
And that just is, I mean, and there's nothing wrong with it because that's how women are. Y'all are built like that. Dudes, we don't care if you got a job or not half the time. You know, because when we see, it's changing now because you need 2 incomes to live half of the time nowadays.
Oh yeah, like,
But
you can't be living on single income.
But you know, like I always say to people, you don't see balling ass women with regular ass niggas most of the time.
Usually that's not the case. You can see the opposite happen much more often than you can with that particular scenario.
That's because those women, once they've gotten to that point, have worked so hard to get there, they refuse to take anything.
But do you think dudes don't work just as hard to get where they go?
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that.
But that's the implication.
But
well, that's not really what she's saying. She's just saying that women are less likely to settle once they get to that point.
Changed
at that
point.
Yeah, so the standards have changed, and they're less likely to settle.
You can't.
But
even
women's standards are high when they ain't even did shit.
Well, this is true, but
that's the problem. Your standards is high when you ain't did shit. So your standards are only getting higher and higher, which only limits the amount of people you can actually talk to. It's kind of like y'all stab yourself in the foot, really.
But why isn't that a spark for you all to do better?
It's not a spark because to us, what you do is not what attracts us. We're not attracted to you because you're a lawyer anymore. Look, you having a master's degree is not it doesn't make my dick hard, okay? It does not do nothing for me that you got a master's degree. Because you could be working at Albertsons or goddamn Publix and be fine, and you're gonna make my dick hard because you're fine. You know what I'm saying? We're different creatures.
Yeah.
We don't look to you to support us.
Yeah.
To protect and provide for us. That's what y'all look at us for. So y'all look through it at a different scope. So yeah, of course, for you, if you make, $50,000 a year,
infinite hope.
You know what I'm saying? If you
and it also depends on how old the woman is.
Yeah, which we talk about that. That goes back into the sexual marketplace, which is a whole nother discussion. But as far as just our interactions, because we look for such different things, you can't really weigh things the same on our side as it is on your side. Because if we're rushing out the store, we're gonna flip your example, right? If I'm rushing out the store and I'm trying to get somewhere, and a good-looking chick just be like, hey, what's going on? A nigga will stop what he's doing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A nigga's going to stop and be like, listen, I got somewhere to go, but he's gonna let her know, like, listen, I'm down for what you're talking about. I just can't really talk about it right now, so let's make this happen. A chick is going to make it hard for you. Like, she might like you, and she's gonna make it hard for you to get in when she already knows she want to fuck with you, just for the fact of she can do it. We work completely different in those aspects. Those realms are so different. And so I guess the question that a lot of these dudes really had is like, how do I break down those barriers? And I think from a woman's perspective, you can give us the honesty. There might not be ways to break down certain barriers.
Well, there are ways. One of the things that I think a lot of men do nowadays is that they look at a woman and they have a preconceived notion of what they think she's going to be like.
True. I will attest to that.
How she's going to behave, what kinds of things
I see a fine chick, instantly think she a bitch. I ain't gonna lie to you.
See? And
9 out of 10 times I'm right. But that's who knows what their life experience has been. But I mean,
but that one time that you are wrong,
I take them drawers off. The drawers fly right out to the pants. Or they try to hit me with their fucking car, one or the other. That's just how it is in the streets.
Really?
Yeah, really. Try to take a nigga legs away. I can't believe you try to make a nigga Professor X. Anyway, I really would like to extend this conversation to the chat. If anybody's got like any questions in the chat, like maybe any issues that Cuddlecore, you have your woman in here. I know who else was in here. Rock Hard Candy.
Yeah.
What is your insight? Being women, I'm sure that y'all always get approached Cuddlecore is a goddamn superstar, so she got a nigga and niggas be not giving a fuck.
Oh,
and still be
she
trying
gets
to
approached all the time.
She trying to
Those
get they
streams
approach
are
her.
hilarious. Like
These
when she
niggas
be
be
streaming and dudes come in there
slobbing.
talking reckless sometimes. It's so funny. It's so funny. Your stream has me dead cold sometimes. Like I'm done when I go in there. Like, it's hilarious.
But you know, being that you're off the market, obviously you're not taking applications. But you know, in your situation, what happens when, you know, the times you've been on the market? I know you're relatively young, so maybe your dating experience or reference for, resume might not be as heavy or hefty, but you know, what do you think were effective ways that even the dudes that you didn't really mess with, they were like, you know what? If I really liked the way his hair laid, I would have fucked with that nigga, you know what I'm saying? If his hair didn't start all the way in the middle of his head, you know, I might have fucked with him. You know what I'm saying? You know,
I mean, we're visual too.
True,
We're visual too.
Y'all are visual. Y'all are less visual than us, but y'all are visual.
And then not only that, we can kind of see what's going to happen afterwards, you know, in the future. If your hairline's already in the middle, there's no hope for the rest of it.
Because we don't get to put lace fronts on.
Yeah.
But
yet.
No, niggas is actually come. I've seen a bald head nigga leave the barbershop with a box. So, you know what I'm saying? I've seen it. I got it on my phone, Marty. I'll show it to you, brother.
Well,
I could not believe it. Hey, listen, niggas is not having that shit. Niggas said, fuck that shit, I ain't going bald. She got a goddamn a hair hat on, I got a hair hat on.
Bald is in.
Long as the wind don't blow.
Okay, so apparently when people approach Cuddlecore with the mumble rapper look, with those stiff Cheetos on there. That's what you call them, they dress stiff Cheetos?
Don't do it to
them. Pants drop below their ass.
Yeah,
oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Your appearance.
Yeah. I mean,
if I can't understand what you're saying, I'm not even giving you the time of day. If you can't put a sentence together.
Oh, so you don't like foreign niggas?
No.
You're prejudiced. You're prejudiced. You know what I'm saying? It's okay.
Not at all.
We found out she prejudiced, y'all.
Not at all.
Give me back my liquor. No, but I understand that.
I have to be able to understand you.
I mean, you know, from a personal experience, and you know, the reason why I say a lot of things that I do about myself is because I wasn't always like, you know, a fat person. I wasn't always overweight, and so like, you know, when I was in school, like in college and stuff like that, and I was playing sports, I was in shape or whatever, it was really easy to approach girls, like super easy. And you know, maybe it's like we talked about before, I had more
confidence.
Yeah, exactly. I had more confidence in myself when I weighed less or whatever. But I mean, I found most of the time that, you know, I could be walking around campus or something and then I would get approached more so than, see, like now I'm not getting approached. Like I'm gonna be honest, I'm not really getting approached, you know, with the way that I am now. And so, you know, I would have to go up to a woman.
You got to talk up on some pussy. That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with it, man. Everybody.
Yeah. So whereas, you know, years ago, I didn't really have that. So it's definitely just real talk. If you're a larger man in these streets, it's difficult. It is. Unless you just got a bunch of money or something. You know,
well, I think it's actually...
It is difficult.
It's, like I said, it goes back to the confidence thing. So I know some broke-ass big niggas that...
in different stages of your life, you have different things to offer.
That's true. And that's why men...
you have had different experiences.
That's why men age like wine. Unfortunately.
Who said that?
Men age like wine. When it comes to our value... You know, our biological value and our societal value, we age like wine. Unfortunately, y'all get the love, the cream, the milk and honey early while you're young. That thing is hot and all the niggas want you. But everybody's not blessed like you did. Some people hit certain ages and it's bad news for them. You know what I'm saying?
What are you talking about?
I'm Look, you may be a wine type, but most chicks are fell off the vine type, okay? They're the rotten grapes that didn't make it to the goddamn press.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, over time, the functionality of what we look at women for, you know, and this is like I said from that biological standpoint,
which
you
is
know,
why older men end up with younger women.
Yeah.
And it's just that, unfortunately, that's how it is. You know, we spend most of our youth trying to chase the chicks that, you know, are the most desirable, who won't give you the chance, or, you know, aren't ready to really settle down, or you aren't, as a man, you aren't in a position to provide for that woman the way that she needs to be provided for, so that you could take her off the market, and y'all both could do this while you're young and, you know, live that life and have that experience. What generally tends to happen, especially in this day and age, is, you know, pardon my French, chicks tend to hoe around when they're young and regret it later, and try to hope that the dudes that they passed up on when they were young, who are now those guys that are able to do for them and be successful, are willing to clean up the mess that they've made in the past. You know, whether it be having a whole bunch of kids, you know, maybe having some diseases, or just being, you know, around the town, you know, being very promiscuous. You know, you gotta think of it from a perspective of a car, right? So we go back to the car. Your mileage determines your worth. You know, if you were a 19, you know, fucking, I don't know, it's a good car. Let's say 1995 Cadillac. You know, I don't know what 1995 Cadillac anything looks like at the moment, but let's say you're a 1995 Cadillac, right? If you're a 1995 Cadillac and you manage to make it 30 years down the line, but you ain't have no miles hardly on the car, you could still get top dollar. You wouldn't be as worth as much as a 2017 even Honda Accord, but the idea is your value would still be up because you wouldn't be ran through the ringer like that, basically. You know, your mileage would not be, what name is that? Oh shit, it's Chicago. Anyway, so your mileage would be very right as long as you kept the oil change, you kept yourself maintenance. You would be something that was still desirable to that guy who also makes it to, you know, that Chevy Honda, the dealer who wants to buy the car. He's going to be willing to pay that top dollar for that car that's in great condition. But when you're a car who's made horrible decisions, you've been in 25 accidents, you know, you've been in 4 and 5 accidents, and there's a difference between those accidents happening in a marriage as opposed to you having these accidents with every time you turn a corner you're having a new accident being baby. Anyway, you know what I'm saying? You got 4 and 5 accidents following your driving record is trash. You know what I'm saying? I can't insure that shit. I'm not gonna buy a car that shit got, just because you pull up the dents out, the interior is all fucked up. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how the motor is working. You can't expect me to pay top dollar for that. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna look past you. I'm gonna go get me a 2017 goddamn Honda Accord, or I'm gonna go get me a 2017 whatever. Oh, it's 2018. I'm saying 2017. That's still an old car. Anyway, but you get the drift of the analogy. At the end of the day, we don't do what's best for us. We're always working against our own best interests. You know, us as dudes, we do stupid shit while we're young. You know, sometimes as a dude, you might be a good guy, but you know, just being a good guy ain't good enough. You know what I'm saying? Just being a good guy doesn't mean that she need to be fucking with you, because you still got to be able to fulfill her needs. And once you understand where you are and where you are in the pecking order, you understand why you might not get the type of chick you may desire, or you might find out that the chick that you think you desire ain't even the shit that you want. You just
Or
want that
the
shit
one
because
that's
everybody
best
else
for you.
tells you that that's what's good. You know, it's a lot of niggas I know that got dimes who they wish they never met ever in their life.
Yeah.
I done dropped dimes like a nigga snitching on in a jail cell plenty of times. Okay, listen, it's not always what it's cracked up to be, and there's some fives out there that made me just as happy as finding a bag of quarters. You know what I'm saying? Now, you know, things may have happened and shit didn't work out, but it's not necessarily something you don't have to go with what you think is going to be best based off other people's perspective on what's best for you. You need to figure it out, figure out what's good for you, get your confidence up, you know what I'm saying? Be very aware of who you are, because if you're not self-aware, you'll find yourself running into a whole lot of holes. You'll keep running after chicks that you ain't nowhere near being able to get, no matter what the fuck you do, because you're not aware that you're not the class of person that they want.
Yeah, and you know, we talked about the first step, think about it, like being self-aware and stuff, but I think now we should get into the meat of what it actually is. So how would you approach?
How do you approach women? Okay.
How would you approach women?
All right, now y'all know how I am. I'm a fool with it. You know what I'm saying? The way I am on this stream is, you know, I'm like this all the time. I'm a wild individual, but I'm also a respectful guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna be wild out there and just say some old, you know, lift your skirt up, let me get that pussy. I ain't that type of nigga. You know what I'm saying? If I was going to.
I know, right?
Niggas are wild.
Really?
Niggas are wild. Niggas are wild. Okay, niggas is not giving no fucks at all. I give slight fucks. Some niggas giving absolutely no fucks. We talking tight virgin pussy, no fucks. You know what I'm saying? Straight out the womb, tight virgin, no pussy. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, with that being the case, you know, with that being the case, when I go to deal with women, there's a few things you need to know about women. Women, and you can correct me if I'm wrong. Jump in at any time, you know, like a woman would do anyway. Always trying to interrupt the nigga. Anyway, when it comes to dealing with women, you have to know that what they say they want, women don't really be knowing what the fuck they want half the time, okay? Y'all say y'all want one thing, you know what I'm saying? Like, they have a general idea of what they want, but
it comes in different
forms. And if you ask them, you know, an experienced woman has a better idea, you know, but most of y'all are young, so you're dealing with young women, you know what I'm saying? So, when you're dealing with these young women, and you being young yourself, you have to realize, like, okay, they don't have that life experience to know that, you know what, I want this kind of guy who's going to treat me well, this, that, and the third. They want excitement when they're young. You know, that's just what it is. What you have to be able to do is use your intelligence as a man to first decipher if she even wants to be bothered with you. And if you're not on her radar, and it's somebody that you have on your radar, you know, you should try to make sure that your approach, be very aware of what's going on. You know, make sure that your approach doesn't come up as you being creepy, which is very easy.
That is a huge turn on.
Very, very easy. A woman will call you a creep because your mustache is weird. You know what I'm saying? A woman will call you a creep over anything. So you need to be very aware of your approach. When you have the approach, you know, you need to talk to her. Don't try to be this nice guy, because women, they want a dude that's going to be nice to them, but they don't want no boring ass nigga. They want somebody that stimulates them. If you go and have a conversation with a woman and you're like, hey, how you doing? My name's goddamn Bob. You know what I'm saying? Your name Bob, give yourself a fake name, okay? Just and y'all can hash that out later, because chick here named Bob makes them cringe instantly. Anyway, so you'd be like, you know, my name is Marcus. You know what I'm saying? Shout out my nigga Marcus. You know, hey, how you doing? What brings you out tonight? You know, if y'all out at a club or soiree, you know what I'm saying, of some sort, shindig. If y'all out and you're having this interaction, what you want to do is try to make her feel comfortable. You want to make her be interested. So you can use regular conversation, like, you know, hey, what do you do for a living? But you don't want it to be like, hey, what do you do for a living? Oh, that's great, you're an engineer. What made you get into engineering? You're not interviewing the bitch, okay? Sorry, the woman, you know what I'm saying? You're not interviewing her, okay? She's not going to be moved by that. All she's going to do is have a neutral feeling. She might not dislike you, but you're not building no points because you're not doing things that will entice her. While you may want information, because dudes, we built off logic, we want to have logical conversations and we want to follow the flow of logic. So if I ask you, you know, where you work, yeah, I want to know why you're interested in that shit. But there's a way you get to that. You don't just swim straight to the goddamn river, bro. You don't just get to the river. You got to find your way to that motherfucker to get the water flowing. All right? You don't just end up in that motherfucker. The way you get to it, the best way is you use tact. You use humor. You say something like, oh, you know, like, what kind of job do you got? You know, what are you doing? What are you doing for work?
Illegal.
You're trying to put niggas in jail. That's what you're trying to do?
No.
Because it sounds like you're trying to put somebody in jail. I ain't never heard legal say anything nice, you know what I'm saying? Every time I hear about legal, that shit is the feds trying to come get me, you know what I'm saying? Now she's laughing. We are on her job. I don't even really know what the fuck she's doing, you know what I'm saying? But now she's laughing, she's interested in the conversation. Now we can really get into the meat of it. Like, oh, you know, but yeah, besides that, but like, what do you do at work? You know, like, what is your job? You know, where do you do all day? I know you don't do shit, but anyway, you know, if the person happens to do shit at work, you know, they'll tell you, you go in, you have a conversation, you know, then you can get into like, well, what made you get into that field? Yeah, I'm talking to you.
No, you know what my answer?
I do. You just taking too long. We got to
work, remember?
Huh? Well, what made you get into the field of not doing nothing at work?
I see, he knows your answer, but the stream doesn't.
Yeah, the stream don't know that.
Stream doesn't. I don't know it.
No. I originally I wanted.
Got a pretty smile, you know that?
Thank you. But this is you.
We just talking. I'm not coming on. I'm trying to goddamn understand. Oh, who is that chick over there? Goddamn.
Right now. Originally, I wanted to be an attorney, but as I worked in the field, I realized that's not what I wanted to do.
Okay, so what you just didn't want to?
I just ended up staying.
What part of it really got you disgusted? Like make you want to puke?
Pretty much all of it.
All of it just wasn't for you and shit? I mean, it'd be like that, man. It's like that at my job, you know. Sometimes I want to go to work and do work. Most of the time I don't, you know what I'm saying? But I got to do that shit. But, you know, it's what it is. So, I mean, how long you really been doing that shit?
Many years.
Many years? Okay. You ain't think about getting a new job? But anyway, you see how that interaction is going. It's very natural. You know what I'm saying? She's having a good time with the conversation. And I ain't saying everybody ain't got the sense of humor that I rock with, you know what I'm saying? Some people might not find the shit I be saying to folks funny. Fuck it, I think the shit funny. I'll laugh at my own shit. You know? But at the end of the day, you need to do stuff like that. You need to be able to have the conversation you want to have. Get the information that you want to know. You know, to make your assessments. You know, find out if this is an intelligent person, if this is a materialistic person, if this is a ditzy person, if it's a fun person, adventurous person. You can find all this stuff out in one conversation, and you can be interviewing this person for your knowledge. Best believe they interviewing your ass. Best believe that. And what you do with that is you learn to take that and craft it in a way to Make it where, you know, you're not, everybody else just start becoming people to you. And the most beautiful woman, you know, the most plain as day woman, you know what I'm saying? All of that shit is going to be out the window. You know, you're going to have, sometimes you're going to get a little shaken when you think somebody's out your league. But for the most part, you know, you just treat them like human beings, entertain them, make them interested in you being interested in them. Because believe it or not, she don't got to be physically attracted to you right out the jump. And unlike us, when we're not physically attracted, probably ain't much, but alcohol is gonna stop us from running away. You know what I'm saying? If we're not physically attracted, niggas is not having that shit. We're gonna play nice, but niggas is not fucking with that shit. You know what I'm saying? But chicks aren't like that. You can pretty much trick a chick to liking you. I know that sounds manipulative, but sometimes some chicks need to be tricked. Okay, some chicks need to be tricked because they don't know what's good for them.
Oh, really?
Some of y'all don't know what's good for you. You know what I'm saying?
Not at all like a rapist.
No, not a rapist. And I'm not saying you trying to take them to the house and get the draws. I'm saying some chicks don't know that the nigga that's right before them is what they really need. Because if we're talking to a younger, yeah, you know, we're talking about a younger crowd here. A younger group of women don't have that experience. And the only thing about relationships, it's not like going to school. It's not like working a job. Only thing relationships can be gauged off of is failures. If you have a successful relationship, you're not out looking for a new one. You're still in it. You know, and because all they have is failure, they don't know. A lot of the times, they don't know how to appreciate a good dude when they get one because they never had one.
They don't know what a good one looks like.
They don't know what a good one looks like. So you might have to be that guy that's like, you know what? I could tell that I am what you need. You are what I want. You know? And you will become what I need as I fall for you.
That man also has to have the perseverance to stick it out.
Yes, you got to have the perseverance. But like I said, if you come at it the right way, she will melt. Look, they fall for you way faster than you fall for them. And once they fall for you, they're screwed. Okay, they just put it. They are screwed. You know what I'm saying? All right, Kodacore, it's been real, Mama. Thanks for the host.
All right, Kodacore, see you later.
But yeah, you know, they're screwed once they fall for you, because then they just let you get away with all kind of stupid shit.
I see, like, for me, I guess, like, just to use myself as an example, I guess once I can get past the initial part of the conversation, like, it's pretty easy for me to hold a conversation after that. But like, when you're a larger dude and you try to approach chicks, like, you're automatically raised up on the creepiness scale. So like, I'm telling you, it's like that. So
it's definitely difficult.
So it's harder to, I guess, get the first line, to get past the first part. And then once you get past the first part or whatever, you can kind of gauge your reaction and kind of, you know, ask a probing question and then just kind of go from there. Like, it's not.
Yeah, and
I think in that instance, your personality is what sells you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because you can't go, you know, you can't always go by a person's looks, because what you're seeing on the outside may not always be the truth.
You know what I'm saying?
You know, you might think a girl looks really good, but then she takes her pants off and the cheeks aren't hers.
I mean, that definitely happens. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying.
That's why niggas is out here grabbing ass. It's not because they want to be rapey.
Oh,
niggas trying to feel that the ass is real. You know what I'm saying?
Are you now an advocate for him?
What, for ass grabbing? I'm not a advocate for fake asses. I'll tell you that. Okay, that's what. We'll leave it at that. But
I mean, so it's just like, you know, it can be difficult, I guess, for a guy that, you know, again, I can only really speak from my perspective. It's like someone that has gained weight and I don't really have a lot of self-confidence now. Whatever, like, it can be really difficult to, you know, go out to a public place and you know, approach. Like, I'm not terrible at it. Like, I've done it, you know, many times.
I've seen Marty pick a chick up already. He talked the girl up out of her hat. at the goddamn show.
Oh yeah, at the Ely thing. Yeah.
Marty got swag. He just be trying to put on for the show. This nigga got the swag.
Man. I'm not trying to put on for anything. This is how I feel, man. Like, this is definitely how I feel about myself and how, you know, society. Oh yeah, I am tall. I'm a little over 6 feet. So I'm about like 6'2", whatever. So yeah, but yeah, I mean, it's actually.
And that actually gives you a heads up over people who are short.
Just being tall.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I guess so. But
who's short to you?
You know, just because I'm a little shorter than you doesn't mean that.
Little? Do we need to pull the camera? I'll go walk back there, man.
There's no need. I don't need you to short shame me. Okay.
I mean, like, you know, it's just getting that. Cause I mean, due to the way society is now, and I understand it. You know, women when they go out, they're kind of on the defense. And I understand because, you know, there's a lot of stuff that happens in today's society. A lot of weirdos out there. Like,
there are a lot of creeps.
Yeah, there's a whole lot of creeps. I understand that. And so it just makes it harder for guys like me to try to approach this because...
You gotta use it to your advantage. Elbow her out the way. You tell her to get the fuck out the way. You gotta get to the bar. Then she gonna feel... Listen, I know how y'all work, okay? Listen, the women's mind is so crazy. Listen, women's minds are so crazy. Like, the worst shit. They be into that shit. Chicks be having rape fantasies. Why do chicks want to have a rape fantasy? You think I got a rape fantasy? Hell no.
I know. There actually is one like strange story that I have. I'll share with y'all.
All right, Marty, you know what's up?
Yeah, I'll share a story. Into the love life of Marty Osborne kind of thing, right? But like, so I was at a convention one time and we were watching this show, and like, you know, it's about like these zombies attack the school, right? It's an anime or whatever. And so these zombies attack the school, and the guy's like trying to talk to this girl. He's like, "Look, we need to get out of here," blah blah blah. And she's not hearing it because she thinks that he's still jealous about her going out with this other guy. And then he just like slaps the hell out of her and is like, "Look, we need to leave," and like gets her to like stop talking. And so like you know, I made a little joke about it because like he slaps out. I was like, "That's what the hell I'm talking about." Like, get up out of here. And this girl in front of me turned around, and she kind of had like a weird smirk on her face. She's like, "Oh, so that's how you roll?" And I'm like, "Hey, desperate times.
Desperate measures."
Yep, exactly. And so she kind of laughed, and like we got it from there, got the number.
You see what I'm talking about? Y'all are crazy. Y'all are nuts. Y'all are nuts. A chick goddamn say something crazy like that behind me? Chop his dick off!
Anomalous.
What the fuck? I gotta get the fuck up out of here.
Exactly. I mean, like, you know, I was just joking. I wouldn't, you know.
Yeah, of course.
He wasn't being serious. That's why. See, that's
but she was. But she was.
So I mean, like, she might not have known that from.
That's what I'm saying. She heard that shit and she was like, that nigga might put hands.
High School of the Dead is what it was.
Yeah, he might put hands on me. He might be rough in the bedroom. The women are just as sexual as you two. Don't ever think that chicks are not as sexual
and that
as
could
you.
have been, I mean,
y'all ever heard of something called an Amazon position? That shit's ridiculous.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? Let me explain something to y'all, man. These chicks out here be wildin', okay? So don't ever think.
Amazon you?
Are we gonna talk about the story? Oh, you need the phone? You ain't got the things over there. I forgot about that. But anyway, listen, at the end of the day, you know, when it comes down to it, you got to really, you know, it sounds bad. And like most things, when you're trying to acquire something you want, there are things you have to do that don't seem to be on the up and up, but they're for a better cause. You know, at the end of the day, yeah, it's manipulative. It's just like it's manipulative for a chick to get a dude who is going to be well off because she want to be paid for. You know what I'm saying? Because she wants to be stable. You know, it's manipulative, but it's for a better cause. If it's a genuine manipulation, I know that sounds extra crazy, but if it's manipulation for genuine reasons, like, you know, if she wants you to know that she really likes you, So she does stuff like wink at you, or she sachets by you, you know, and she's got dang letting them hips, let you know them hips is swinging for your eyes. That she's manipulating you. She's manipulating your senses. But that's not to say that she's doing something wrong. But that's what she has to use in order to get you to come over there, so she can be like, you know what, I really like you, or I like certain things about you, or I want to get to know you. Because chicks aren't us. Chicks don't really approach like that. If they do, it's because they live in Atlanta and it's 50 women and one man, and they all royal rumbling over the title. You know what I'm saying? But in any event, you know, as a man, you need to try to, you know, for lack of a better term, you need to try to manipulate their minds to a point where they are willing to see who you are. Because nothing's guaranteed that you're going to live happily ever after when you talk to a chick. You might talk to a chick and realize you don't want to talk to her ass. But the goal is getting her to want to talk to you. Because
and getting her to want to talk to you again.
Again, yeah. I mean, listen, most of the time, if you get her to talk to you one time, y'all have already decided if y'all are going to talk to each other. But make sure it's a conversation. If you're not having a conversation,
can go awry after one
go on
conversation.
They can't.
Oh yeah.
In here chat.
Yeah.
Most definitely. If you decide that you want to go out there and you want to deal with these women, if you're having a hard time, like I said, just take those things into consideration. You know, make them comfortable. You know, make sure that your confidence is up. Make sure that your self-awareness is up. You know
that there are other women out there, even if that one, you know, you're
never get stuck on one fish.
It doesn't work out. There's so many other women out there, and there's somebody for everybody.
That's not true, but there's not somebody for everybody.
There is somebody for everybody.
There's not an equal amount of people on earth.
Okay.
Yeah, so two people can't have the same person unless you're into that kind of shit.
I mean, me and lean next stand, that's definitely not. You can't use me and lean in the same sentence. It's not true.
Yes, truth. I was a pimp at one point in time. I don't know why you don't believe that.
Yeah, he's already explained this several times.
But anyway, you know, that was my past days. You know what I'm saying? You know, when it really comes down to it, man, you just want to make sure she's comfortable. Make sure your confidence is up, your self-awareness is up, and you know, like she said, realize that there's plenty of them out there. There's even an app, Plenty of Fish, just to let you know. You know what I'm saying? Don't go on there looking for love. You might get some ass, but don't go on there looking for love.
You'll get robbed.
You know, or you might get robbed. You know, and you know, sometimes that might require you to date. If you can't find the type of woman in your surrounding area, then you might need to go outside of what your norm is. You know, if you need to date outside your race, you need to date a different type of person, even if it's in your race. Like if you're always going for bad chicks, but you know that you're a nerdy individual, maybe you might want to check out some nerdy chicks. And in the midst of finding some 5-6 nerdy chicks, you might fuck around and end up with a goddamn dime nerdy chick. Or at least like an 8, which is like a dime in nerd world. You know what I'm saying? Hell, a 6 is like a goddamn dime in nerd world. But you know what I'm saying? At any event, you know, you want to just make sure that you don't get stuck in a rut. You know, people tend to fall into patterns, and that's what they're used to. I know I've done it myself, where I've dated crazy girl after crazy girl after crazy girl after possessive girl, till I realized, like, okay, I'm dating bonkers ass chicks. Let me diversify where I'm finding these women, what qualities I'm looking at. You know, stop looking at just the physical. You know what I'm saying? Because they got a fat ass, they got a goddamn horrible attitude. You know what I'm saying? Or she got a pretty face. You know, ugly mindset. You know, these are all things that you're just gonna have to learn over time. And I speak, you know, like I said, this is more directed to the youth, both men and women that are in the chat, because you know, y'all gotta deal with each other accordingly. And maybe we'll have the chat one day where women can get some advice. Maybe Nia will come back and help us again. You know, we had a great time having you here. That smile.
Thank you for having me.
You know what I'm saying? Better than your last guest, Mark?
Oh, 100%. Like, more so. I mean, I had a good time with you, Nia. Like, you've been a great guest.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. You guys
No problem.
Don't let it go to your head. Anyway, you know what I'm saying? I'm glad to have her here. I hope I was able to help everybody out that was having issues with that. If y'all want to revisit this topic, you know I'm always down to talk about things like this. Make sure y'all follow Let's Talk Tuesday on Twitter, because like I said, I know we say it every week, but we're going to start, you know, having things for discussion throughout the week, maybe topics. I try to do it from time to time and, you know, tag people and, you know, get people's opinion about stuff.
Yeah. Plus, also feel free to use the Twitter page if you guys have anything that you want to talk about, or, or you know, you might want to discuss any concerns. Or just feel free to hit us up on you know, at Let's Talk Tuesday, and we'll talk about that topic and whatever. So just feel free to hit us up, please.
X-Dan, like the gut thing, threw me for a loop just now. He said he used to date black girls. And then I thought he said, now I stick to white and dating white guys. I was like, whoa, hold up, what the fuck that say? No, I see what it says now. Alright, so never mind. That's here. That's neither here nor there. I really appreciate y'all coming out, man.
I guess Blueheim, like, I don't, again, we've had this discussion a couple times, but I don't really get the whole I gotta get an Asian chick thing. I don't understand it.
Gotta get that Asian chick, bro.
I mean, you know,
ain't nothing like some foreign.
Like I said, I had one. It was cool, but you know, I wouldn't consider it any better than, you know.
You ever had an African chick?
Just because she was that, I've not had an African chick.
Tell them about them African chicks, man. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know anything about African chicks.
I heard they be having fire ass shoes.
Africa.
I seen you on National Geographic. Come on, man.
You have not seen
do
me
you know,
on National
Do you know a nigga
Geographic.
named Shola?
Oh my god.
Do you know Shola?
No, I don't know who that is.
You may have seen a nigga, or you might not have seen that nigga. Just depends on what time of day it was. But holla at my boy Shola. He's an actual African. You know what I'm saying?
As opposed to.
Oh, you don't want to claim Africa, so I don't know what the hell you claiming. You're
No,
all
we're
American,
all from
Trump
Africa
supporter.
at some point, but I'm by way of the Caribbean. It's a little detour.
That junk
That's
ain't
a little
nowhere.
farther than you guys.
That junk ain't nowhere near the Caribbean. Nowhere near the Caribbean. I don't even know how y'all get classified as Caribbean.
Oh, we're not gonna.
That junk is in South America. That junk is not in no damn Caribbean.
It's in the West Indies. Okay, I didn't name the country. I didn't have anything to do with this information.
Freaking
Designated
the West
Guyana.
Indies. I can't believe
Okay, I was
it's
just
named
born there.
West
Okay.
Indies, because some Spanish guy got lost. They call it the West Indies. It's ridiculous.
That's how these streets working nowadays. Well,
I had no part of that.
I'm glad, you know what I'm saying? Because you probably call that shit goddamn South Indies or some shit. Shit's not the Indies whatsoever. That shit's in South America. South America is not the Indies. Okay. I'm gonna give you a couple copies of National Geographic.
You need some
National Geographic in your life.
re-education.
You need some National Geographic in your life,
You
man.
need some re-education.
It's been real, y'all. Appreciate y'all coming out. Everybody say bye to Nia. Appreciate you once again coming out. Y'all say bye to Marty, the realest of the land. And of course, the realest king of all time. Your boy M.I. Sizzle. Until next time, it's been real. Peace.
See y'all.
No, we ain't off. You're doing the credits, man. I mean, you're fake.
Off?
Yeah, you're off.
I mean, okay.
Yeah, you off.
That's what I'm asking.
You know what I'm saying? We trying to roll the credits and stuff. You talking about as we off.
You have credit?
Yeah, I got credits. You ain't on, but you know, you can be.
What's this person's name?
I don't know.
Random ass question. What?
Oh, let me see what the question say.
Who?
I don't see no random ass question. What are you talking about?
PF Mia though.
Oh,
What did
that's
it
that
say?
boy Clint.
Oh, it's Clint trying to figure out who you were.
Oh.
He been trying to holler at you the whole time. You just haven't been reading the chat.
Oh, is that's why I'm like trying to go back because I can't do both at the same time. Let me see.
I mean, it's definitely a skill that you learn.
Yeah, because you guys are doing it simultaneously.
What's going on, Dan? You alright, homie?
This guy, I'll come through if I had car insurance.
Oh, let me find somebody to host right quick. I'm gonna find somebody to host so y'all can have somebody to check out. Let them know y'all came from the realest show in the land. Oh, High Kick. Expecting to put y'all on with High Kick. Till next time, y'all. It's been real.